Good morning. I can't hear you. So good morning, guys.
Sorry. Good morning. Good morning. How are you
Good
guys today?
morning.
How are you,
Welcome to
Katie?
I am doing good. Welcome to I.Am.She Podcast, guys. We got some a good topic today. I'm ready. I'm ready. Can you
Oh, you
cut
got
that
to
off? Because I can hear myself. My voice a
you
little annoying.
you say you ready. Oh, you've been waiting on
I'm
this show,
ready.
huh?
I'm ready.
You've been
I'm
waiting,
ready.
waiting.
Mind don't
Actually
catch no
been
hard
dying to do
feelings.
this.
Mind
I
don't
meant
catch
to
no hard feelings.
right. I don't even think my father gonna be watching, so I can say that.
You almost made me spit my milk.
I don't think my daddy gonna be watching, so rah.
You is
I
dumb.
wanted to so wait a minute, guys. Let's just get into this topic for today. The topic for today is a fatherless child, right? And me and KD came up with this topic because we both have your dynamic is a little different than mine.
It is.
Yours is you had someone, a father, to step up
I always
and
had somebody.
basically help. Yeah, and
Whether it be
whatever when
my
he got
daddy, a
older.
sugar daddy.
Okay. She had her fair share of those. We all know you had your fair share of sugar
Whether it be
daddies.
my daddy, a sugar daddy. Anybody's daddy. No, I'm messing with y'all.
Oh, you telling the truth. You
only
telling
like
the
one
truth.
only like one old man. One old man. No, I'm gonna
Ooh.
go back. No, let me think. Two. It was two. The rest of
I
them
don't
was
know
young.
the
It was
other
two.
one. I don't know the
From
other one. Who's the
Virginia,
other one? Oh, that
Frank
crazy
from Virginia.
dude.
Yeah, the crazy one. Yeah,
That
the
crazy
crazy
dude.
one. Yeah, the crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so tell them a little. I want. So go ahead. You was telling them a little bit
Okay.
about like that
So
dynamic.
a little bit about our dynamic is me and KD. I knew my biological dad. I didn't meet my biological dad until uh I can't say biological dad because it's not like I had somebody step up outside of my father. But I didn't meet my dad until I was about 12 or 13 years old. I actually met my grandmother, who is his mother, before I even met him. So our dynamic is a little different.
So did
KD,
she know?
she knew the entire time, and then I
Oh.
believe she came to Mississippi like on a vacation or something, and
Mhm.
I met her. My first time meeting her was in the third grade. Yeah, third grade, and I think about when I was about 12ish, or maybe I was in like the fourth or fifth grade because I failed the third grade, and
Don't tell nobody that. Keep us here. Nobody.
I didn't fail because I was dumb. I failed because I talked too much, and my teacher didn't like me.
You still
She
talk
did
too
not like
much.
me. Everybody keeps saying I talk too much. I know I
You
talk
do.
a lot. So, um, anyway, so she I met her. You were short. No, what?
No one noticed you because you was short.
Shut up. Shut up, Kate.
Oh
So I
God,
didn't meet
that's
my
funny.
real I didn't meet my dad's mom until I was in the third grade, and then one summer she took me to California to meet my real dad, and to meet my dad, and it was like, oh, okay, who's this guy? Um, but if you have seen anybody who's seen my dad, we're identical. Down to the height, down to the gap, down to everything. Like, we are identical people.
Right.
So it's hard for anybody to see us and be like, is that your sister? Or is that your
Right.
twin? So for me, when I met him, it was like, oh, okay, this guy. So after that, our relationship, we have one, kind of, sort of, not really. He may text me, I might ignore it, I might look at it. It depends on
That's
how I feel for the day. And he's been texting me more often, and he'll tell me he loved me. I really don't see
Oh.
nothing back.
Oh.
So for me, I didn't have any father figure. I can't, I've had uncles and things, but they weren't like a father figure. Because when I think of a dad,
Mm-hmm.
let's think about that. When I think of a father, I think of someone who's loving, someone who listens, someone who helps you with your problems.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not necessarily strict. My ideal dad would not be strict. My ideal dad would be my best friend. Um, my dad would be a cool guy, all around dad.
Are you your child's
Someone
best
who
friend? Are
I
you your
have to ask him that. But I'm not a dad, so
no?
I don't know.
No,
Am I
I
Jalen's
talked to
best?
him.
I am.
I had this
Girl, bye.
conversation with him. You not no, you not. We
Listen,
had
we
this
have our
conversation in his
moments.
bedroom when he was ready to leave for
We
college. Yes, but
we have our moments
I'm
like this
just saying,
morning.
because
We
how can you
both.
expect your dad to be your best friend?
Was that what you saw in other fathers, or what you wanted? That's what I imagine my dad to be. I'm getting emotional. So,
Oh, don't cry.
I always no. I'm sorry, guys, but I always yearned for that fatherly, that love, because I never had that from
Yeah.
anybody. And for me, it was like I always wanted to be close to my dad, but you know, shit happens. I'm sorry for cussing, but
It does.
I had uncles and things of that nature, but they were uncles. They wasn't obligated to be around. They wasn't obligated to show me love or show me, whatever a dad's supposed to show me. Like, they had kids, and of course they were great with their children, or, however their kids may thought about their dad. But I've always wanted
You
that
just felt like it
father,
was,
you know.
yeah, you just
And
felt like it was an absence on
yeah,
your
it was,
side. Like, why
so
is my dad not doing the same thing? I understand.
yeah. So I talked to him about it, a little bit. I told him in like a couple messages, this was years ago, like how I felt, because if you ask my sister, who I have a sister on my dad's side, but if you ask her, to her he's the world's greatest dad, and
Mm-hmm.
I tell her all the time, like, I don't want to take away from that. I don't want to take away from what you
Right.
experience. But for
Right.
me, the man you speak of, I don't know. I don't
True.
know him to be a great dad. I don't know him to be a person who helped you change your tire. I don't know him to be a person who showed you how to fish. I don't know him to be the person who showed you, with my dad, he is a avid motorcycle guy. So he's in motorcycle clubs, and he know a lot of people. Like, my dad is extremely popular in the California area where he lives, in San Francisco and Oakland, mostly Oakland. He's extremely popular in Oakland. So for me, it's like, he's always taking my sister on motorcycle sets and showing her the ropes. Like, when I met him a few times, a total I've seen my dad in my entire life of 36 years of living, I'm gonna say maybe 5 times.
Mm.
I recently saw him when I went to California 2 years ago. This was 2020, I believe. Yeah, 2020. I went to California. Me, my brother, and my sister, and my dad met us. He did drive to where we were, because LA from Oakland is like 6 hours, so he did come
Mm-hmm.
down. That was my first time seeing my dad since like 2010, maybe
Mm.
2010, maybe 20, somewhere in that, like between 2010 and 2013. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say maybe 10 years. So with the I mean, and then by that I mean physically seeing him, like
Yeah.
seeing him, being able to touch him and hug him, because we FaceTime, but that's nothing like a physical touch. So anyway,
Right.
um, what I was about to say. So anyway, yeah, I hadn't seen him, so I saw him in 2020, and then I saw him again in 2020. Later on in 2020, when I dropped Jalen off in college, when we took him to go to college. Well, when I took him to go to college, I saw my dad. That was Jalen's first time
Oh
ever
wow.
meeting my father.
didn't
And
know that.
mind you, Jalen was what, 17 when he went to college?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 17 years old because he graduated high school at 17. And
I didn't
his
know
birthday
that.
isn't until Halloween, so when he went to school, it was in September. So Jalen was only 17. So
Right.
Jalen has never seen my dad before, has never like physically met him, touched him. So yeah, that was kind of weird, right? So you have to
Mm-hmm.
think, like, I have a whole 17-year at the time I had a whole 17-year-old child that my dad had
So
never
did he
met.
see him? Did he see him more once he moved to California when Jalen started going to school? Did he see him more or no?
That was his first and last time seeing Jalen.
Oh wow.
And Jalen will be
Okay.
20 this year, so he has not seen Jalen in 3 years.
Right.
Going on 3 years, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So our dynamic is different. I didn't have what you had, and I don't know if you want to talk about your dynamic, but that's enough about me, damn it, because keep talking about me.
We're gonna talk about you. We're
No,
gonna
we're gonna
get
talk
to the
about you
root
now.
issue. We're gonna get to the root
So
issue. We're gonna get to the root issue
I'm
of
gonna
your
see if I can
issues.
get him to
I
send
think
me
you
some
got daddy
pictures.
issues.
I do, real
I
bad.
know you
Listen,
do.
well, wait a minute. I'm gonna see if I can get him to send me some pictures and stuff of him because he used to be a dancer and he danced in a lot of music videos when he
What?
was. My dad was an
I didn't know
extremely
that.
popular. He was an extremely popular dancer. He could dance his ass off. That's kind of like where I get it from, I guess, because we do like the same thing. So he is an extremely popular dancer, and he danced in a ton of videos in like from people up and down like the east, especially on the East Coast, which is crazy. And he's from the West Coast, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna see if he can send me some pictures and things of that nature by the time the show is over. I'm gonna text him, but it's what 8 o'clock in California, so he might be out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can
Yeah.
see. But you go, your turn.
Well, we only got 10 minutes before our guest comes, so I guess I'm gonna sum it up because you took that whole little 30-minute segment
I
to
did
yourself.
not. That was only how many minutes, y'all? How
Right.
many minutes was that,
Because
y'all?
you got
Like 10.
emotional. You got
I got
emotional, so you
emotional. And
know I
the
don't
thing is,
like that.
it's an
Why
emotional
you
thing to
keep
me.
throwing me off though? You know I don't
12
like
minutes.
people crying in front of me though. You know I don't like
Go
that.
ahead,
I
girl.
tell
Tell your
you.
story.
So yeah, so our situation is relatively different. Even though so I do have a biological. See, it's so confusing. So I have a biological father. I have a biological father who is actually a part of one of the famous hip hop old school rap groups or whatever. But my mother, um, she got married to my stepfather when I was so young. I didn't know that wasn't my father. Like I can't even
Right.
remember when they got married. I think when they got married, I was probably like 3 or 4. So
Hmm.
that's what I thought my father was. And they was married for like they were married until I was like what, like I think middle school? No, high school. They were married up until I was in high school. So I had the same I had my father from the time I was 3, which I'm 3. So how am I supposed to know? I see this man every day.
Right.
We live together. My brothers in there, we walking around, and he never treated me any different. You know, that's another reason why I never knew, because he never treated me any different, and nobody never told me that's not your real father. Like he would walk like, okay, my father was like, my mother, my parents were very very young, so like I remember, and that's like my one of my favorite memories of my stepfather. I would come in the
Okay.
house. I'd be sitting
Hmm.
on the steps. I would come in the house and I would sit at the top of the steps because I knew what time he was coming in. I would come in the house and sit. It's nasty, but it was funny. Now it's funny to me because that's just my father. He was just a dang old comedian. So I'd be sitting at the top of the steps and he would come in for work and I'd be sitting there and he always knew I was going to sit there and wait for him. So he'd come in, he'd walk up the steps and he'd do like this to my nose and walk up the steps. He would like pick
Oh,
my
that is
nose
so
and walk up the steps.
cute.
Oh my god! So I like live for that. I will always sit. Hey, Aunt Buffy. I will
Hey,
always
Aunt
sit
Buffy.
at the top of the steps and just wait for that. I don't know. That was weird for me. But
Mm-hmm.
it was so many, like, I didn't know because I never got treated any different. Like, we were spoiled. We were spoiled. Well, we were some
Mm-hmm.
spoiled daggone brats. Like, my father and my parents, every Friday, I knew we was going up to Mall to go get a new pair of tennis shoes. My mother was always walking
Oh,
around with all these designer bags. Like, she was in college though at the time, when I was younger. So, but like, I didn't really have a need to even think. I didn't have a need, and it wasn't anything that was brought to me that wasn't my father.
right.
Um, so when my mother and father got divorced, when I was in high school, she ended up marrying my sister's father for maybe about a couple years, maybe 2, 3 years. I think I can't remember. That
Mm-hmm.
was very vague.
Okay.
Um, and once she married him, it's kind of like my father that I know was my father kind of faded away. Like, he kind of faded out the picture. Like, stopped communicating, stopped making contact.
With just you, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was just
Okay.
like, at first he was still picking us up. He was still picking up me and my brothers. But then as I got older, all the attention kind of went on to my brothers, who were his real kids, his biological kids. And I barely, spoke to him. That's when I started to wonder, like, okay, why my father treating me like this?
Right.
Um, Come to find out, when I turned 18, or was it 19? Yeah, maybe 18, 19. Um, Me and my now husband, we were dating. We had just started dating. And my mother called me up one day and was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm hanging out with a friend." And she was like, "Well, come down to the old way around North Pulaski. I have somebody that wants to meet you." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "But I'm busy." She was like, "I have company." She was like, "Just bring them." So I'm like, "Okay, well, dang, it must be important. You want me to bring this person that, we ain't
That I just,
serious.
yeah.
Right. We just dating." So we went, I met my mother. I came down there, I met my mother, and there was a man standing right there, smiling and everything. And he's like, "You know who I am?" New York accent. It's like pretty little wave, He's like, "You know who I am?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't know who you are." it
No.
was almost like a reunion, because it was like my mother, her best friend, like cousins, everybody standing around, like it was like a reunion type thing. And I'm still like, why am
Looking
I
at you
looking
like, what's she
weird?
gonna do? Right.
Right. So I'm like, my mother's like, "This your father?" I'm like, "My father?
Who
What?
that man? Hopper, who
Who
that
that?
man?
Right. Like, my father. Like, you got to sit down and tell me
My
about this.
father. Yeah. This ain't something
Like,
you sprinkle me in front of
this
my
ain't
company.
this ain't Randall. I don't know. Randall is short,
Yeah.
bald headed. That ain't Randall. I don't know who you talking about. Who this man?
Yeah. Hopper, who that man?
But yeah, so that's why I don't have the same emotions and feelings as BlackRoses does when it in terms of father, because I never knew that I was missing a father. And even now, now I talk to my father every day. I don't ask nothing of
Your real
him. I
father?
don't feel no, yeah, my real father. I told him like every other day. I don't have no ill will against him or anything. It wasn't that he was absent. It was some circumstances that happened when he was younger that made him absent out of my life. So I don't, all right. So I guess everybody knows. So when my father went on tour, my father, like I said, he was part of a huge rap gang. When he went on tour, they went to like Europe or somewhere like that. And
Mm-hmm.
um they end up, how, like, even now, like, think about ASAP Rocky, when
Mm-hmm.
the celebrities go over there, the rappers, they be trying to get them caught up on charges or whatever.
Yeah.
Somehow they
Yeah.
end up, my father and them, they young, they like in they 18, 19 or whatever. Back then the laws were way more stricter. So my
Mm-hmm.
father they end up somehow planting some drugs or something on their tour bus. My father
Oh
took the
wow.
charge.
Oh
That's
wow.
where my father, Germany, that's where it was at. That's where my father had been all that time. It wasn't that he was absent by choice. He actually was stuck in Germany. He had to, like, they wouldn't give him an attorney. Like, it was a mess. So basically he got
Oh, they
stuck
did
in
him dirty.
jail in Germany for years. So
Wow.
it really was. So that's another reason why I can't say like, oh, I'm angry my father wasn't there, because my father called me. If I don't call my phone, my father would call me like, what you doing? Why I ain't talking to you? I'm checking on you.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't that I had an absent father. It was just some circumstances that put that wedge in between us. So I don't have like any ill will. I love talking to my father. He always giving me advice and stuff like that. You know, anytime he on tour close to Baltimore, he'll hit me up. Babe, you coming out and see our show? Get these passes for you, the backstage passes for access. I don't, and he's always giving me advice, especially now that I'm, on TV, on the podcast, and I have the record label. I could call him for anything. He's always giving me advice. He always still tries to play a role. And I don't ask nothing of him because I always had a father. And even now, my mother's divorced again from my daughter's, my daughter's, from my Jessica's father. She remarried Mr. Leavy, and you know how awesome Mr. Leavy is.
Mr.
So it's
Leavy
like
is awesome. He is the ultimate dad.
I never
You know who he
had
reminds me of? The
who?
dad off of Family Matters, but
He
just not
did.
as fat.
He does.
Mr.
He
Leavy
does.
is just like that, but instead of being a police chief, Mr. Leavy was a fire chief here in Baltimore.
Right. So guys, what was, I mean, I know we got some audience on here. Just asking.
I know. What was your relationship like with your dad? We want to just get, some of y'all feedback. We want to know what was your experiences. Feel free to comment. Feel free to, if you want to hop on, just ask for the link and maybe we could, see if we could do something like that.
Yes,
But yeah,
yes,
we
yes,
what was your relationship like? I mean, for me, I don't hold any grudge towards my dad. It's just that sometimes I don't feel that connect,
Right.
Like I said, with my sister, she has, good stories and things to say, good things about him, but not for me.
The only thing I can say though, the only funny thing that I can say though is, so when my mother and my biological father got together, my father always had real pretty, because my father is mixed with like Indian, some other stuff. So he always had real pretty hair all the way down to his back. Remember I told you, my father right now always been bald headed my whole time. So that's one thing I can say. I did used to always wonder.
Yeah.
I never had a dad.
Gerard never. I don't know if you I don't know if you mind me speaking on your situation, Gerard, but Gerard kind of had like the same thing. Gerard knew his dad, but he had kind of like you. His mom had married his brother's dad, and I love Mr. Snake because he never wavered from them. Even though Gerard and his sister have their father together, and then his two younger brother have a father together, Snake took them and like loved them as his own. And for me, that I commend men who do that. Because you don't have to take on another woman's kids, another man's kids. Like, for a man to do that, that speaks volume to me about you as an individual. And for a little background, Gerard is who I define as my son's dad, because my son doesn't have his dad. He has a dad, but his dad ain't around. Gerard is Jalen's dad. You might as well say he's Jalen's dad. He's been there for Jalen since the day he was born, since the day that I found out that I was pregnant. He's been there
to college, to the day he left for college.
To college, to the day he left for college. The day before he left for college, they sat in a parking lot for hours and just had like a father-son conversation.
Awesome.
And Jalen definitely looks to him as a dad. He don't call him dad, but he looks to Gerard as a father. Like that's the guy that he knows that's been around all of my life, and even when me and Gerard broke up on numerous of occasions, and even to this day, now that we are broken up, he still did not waver from Jalen, if you know, and I commend him for that, because he could have said, fuck that girl and her baby, you know, like I don't care about her or her kid, but he didn't do that, you know, regardless of the issues that we may have had. He was an excellent, you know, example of being a father. So I can honestly say, before I hung around Gerard and his friends, and I, you know, a lot of people may or may not know, when I first moved here, I was in the Park Heights area. I'm from the Park Heights area. I will say that. So before I moved here, my vision, I never liked Father's Day. I hated Father's Day. I hated everything about it, until I met Gerard's friends. And I can honestly say, even though, you know, people think, oh, they from Park Heights, they this, they that, that is a group of men that I want to shout out 100%. Everybody that I know that is from Park Heights is an excellent father. I don't give a damn about what nobody say. Nobody can think about, oh, Park Heights people got or whatever. Every single man in that crew are excellent fathers. None of their kids is locked up. None of their kids is selling drugs. None of that. They have hard-working children who are college students or who are workers, who was out here working or still maybe be in school. I can honestly say these men have their kids all the time.
That's what I'm saying. But when you think about the dynamic of where they are from, they probably thinking they don't want their kids to be in the same situations that they may have had to go through. So I can understand that. I can understand, you know, that's every parent. You just want to create a better life for your child than you had, even if you had the best life. Like me, I feel like my childhood was great. Even, you know, going through the different, you know, stages of father, my childhood was great to me. But I still want to exceed the expectations with my kids, or at least give them the same similar experiences. So I can understand that, you know, them just wanting, you know, knowing what they had to go through, or knowing what's out there. If I let my child stir to the left instead of to the right, I can understand
to the right,
that. Yeah.
So guys, we're going to keep this conversation going in a little bit, but we have an awesome guest for you guys today. I know we're talking about a fatherless child, but we're going to take a little pause from that and introduce our guest for this afternoon. Her name is Grace Givings, and she is from A Poet's Dinner. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Hi, I'm well. It's Poets for Dinner.
Poets for Dinner.
Yes. I thank y'all so much for having me. I'm so excited. Like, I really am.
Problem. Thank you for coming on. I am appreciative of that. We 100% appreciate you for that. So tell us about yourself and about A Poets for Dinner.
Okay.
Poets for Dinner.
So long story short, my name is Grace Givens, stage name Grace Love. I've been on the art scene since I was like 13. I decided to start my own event about 10 years ago. We're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary this month, so I'm so excited about that. Because listen, as a Black person, as a woman, as a human being, it's already hard enough, but then you want to do something where you just want to permeate love into the community. It gets real hard. So speaking of permeating love, that's what we are all about. Like, our motto is love on somebody, which simply means be kind. And if you can't be kind, love on yourself enough to remove yourself from the situation. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because like at the end of the day, love is our job, but it's also our responsibility to take care of it for ourselves and for others. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes to love somebody is to remove yourself from them, but sometimes it's to be, you know, actively involved. And we are very involved in our community. We do outreach programs. Like, we feed the homeless. We do an annual blanket drive. We do toy drives. Every month, the last Sunday of every month, we have our free community dinner. It's also an open mic. So like, if you sing, dance, and when we say open, we do mean open, because we have our professional people, right? Who just come just to emote. And sometimes that's all you need. I feel like a lot of our crime, a lot of our issues has to do with oppression. If we can get it out, I feel like that's one step. And if we can tackle being hungry, that's another step. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out that we have a whole lot more in common once we take away labels. So we push labelless love, because once you remove what society has called, religion, what society has called politics, what society has deemed worthier than the next thing, and you realize that, okay, we all get hungry, we all want love, we all want to feel present in a moment where we feel like somebody actually sees us and sees that we matter. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what we do. The last Sunday of every month, we make sure that every human being that come in, you get your compliments, you get your food, and you get entertained if you want to be entertained, and you get space to express if you want to express.
Nate said, and the food is good, and he hungry right now. Just I said, I know he know. If he's like,
I owe him a plate though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I owe him a couple plates for real. Because it's been a couple times he was like, "So you just gonna do posted in the right up the street from me and not gonna cut my plate off?"
Oh. So, do you do it in the same location every last Sunday of the month?
I would love to say yes, but no. Okay. And the only reason why I phrase it like that is because we've had several homes over the years. Our current home, which will be the Soul Mansion, we're kind of taking a break from because they have to do renovation. So right now we've been at the Visionary Live Studios, which is a studio owned by Killer Divine. It's beautiful space. It's a beautiful event space. But for our anniversary show, the location hasn't been released yet, but it's coming soon. So everyone has to stay tuned for that, because I want to do a big reveal. Like, I want to do just a big reveal.
Right. Now,
like, you got to do it big, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Go big or go home.
I really want to be like I can't wait until I'm like Tyler Perry rich. Like, you know how he sent everybody them invitations and stuff, and everybody phones and all. Yeah, that's wait. Wait. And I'm gonna make sure y'all get the exclusive, okay?
Hey, we here for it. Right. We definitely here for it.
We here for it.
So
claim
the donations, the food, are they donations, or do you have people like in there preparing the food while, doing the event?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked. For 97% of the existence of Poets for Dinner, the food has been provided by me, cooked by me, prepared by me, and even served by me. My ex-spouse, she helped me out a whole lot for many, many years in serving and setting up and cleaning up and everything like that. We parted ways in October, and since then I've had a beautiful outpour of love and had my community come out and help. And currently we have an assistant executive chef, a chef T. She helps whoever cooks sometimes, because I'm still trying to find a new normal. I've lost a lot in this last season, and I like a Nate's model for this is my new selfish season. So I'm moving into my selfish season. Right? You feel me?
Yes.
You feel me? And
I love that.
And because of that, I feel like I'm being rewarded, because I'm getting a lot of people who are coming in and helping me now.
Absolutely.
So moving forward, it won't just be me. But up until this point, for the most part, it's been me.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what made you start this? What made you start Poets for Dinner?
People hate my answer, right? But it's the only answer I had, because it's honest. It was by accident. Completely, utterly by accident on purpose. Not listen. Only like yes, I had the heart, I had the intentions. Yes, I had some idea of wanting to be important, because everybody wants to be important, right? But this wasn't how I envisioned being important. I just thought I was going to be Beyonce, but I can't sing or dance, so that wasn't working for me.
Now, how you gonna do that?
I felt like there was going to be some kind of magic somewhere, somehow, that was going to allow me to do it, but it didn't happen. So, long story short, it literally was my friends that came over. They had I cooked. I cooked the night before. That's what happened. I cooked the night before because I had to empty out my refrigerator. So I cooked everything. Okay. At the end of the month, we gotta try to make sure stuff don't expire. You feel me? So I end up cooking, and while I'm cooking the weather, right, I posting the pictures on Twitter, and my homegirl at the time, Naja, well, I should say at the time, my homegirl Naja, because she was my co-host at the time. That's why I said at the time. So my co-host at the time, Naja, she hit me up like, "Oh, so you just gonna cook and not invite nobody over?" And I was like, "Well, it's food. Come
you
eat."
Can't do that now. You can't do that.
You already know that's a cardinal sin, especially for us. Okay.
Absolutely.
So like literally, like she came over. It was her. It was like a couple more friends. You know, we all like we had a good time. Repeated it the next week, and they brought friends. Then we repeated the next week, and I was like, "Look, this is getting kind of expensive.
Right.
So let's slow down. Let's do it bi-weekly."
Right.
And then even when it was bi-weekly, like when I tell you, like people, it literally spread like wildfire. This is back in 2012, where this is before Facebook got real big. This is before, like right then it was like the Twitter. Twitter was hot.
Twitter was everything. Yeah.
Right.
You feel me? And so it was like, it was word of mouth in Twitter. I didn't have no flyers or anything. I didn't have no digital imprint, nothing. But literally, I would stand at an event called Warm Wednesdays, and I would give out hugs. And like as I would give out hugs, and I'm like, "Hey, and if you're gonna be hungry on Sunday, I'm cooking. Y'all should come." And then next thing I know, I just so happened to have some Baltimore legends come to one of the dinners. Like I said, it wasn't an event yet. It was just dinners. And we wasn't even doing poetry. We wasn't performing. We was just eating and talking and having a good time. But then we had an evening where like I said, some legends came and they was like, "So I got this new piece. You mind if I, you want, can I run it past you real quick? I want to get your thoughts on it." I was like, "Yeah, run it." And next thing you know, someone was like, "Yo, that's dope. How about if I add this to it?" And then next person added to it. And then someone was playing the guitar and it was just magic. It was pure magic. And everyone was like, "We got to run it back." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of y'all. Let's run it back next month."
Got it.
Let's do this next month, because I can't do this next week.
Okay. So since then we've been monthly, and it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing for real.
Oh man.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So Nate has your flyer for your 10-year celebration.
Yeah.
That is amazing, especially how it came together like that. Like it was just a dinner with friends, and then it turned into something so amazing.
Yes,
absolutely.
Nate, you was on her website too. I don't know if you want to click back on that or not.
I was gonna say, I believe that is still on the website.
Okay, still the website.
So RSVP for this month, what you'll do is actually go to the flyer that he was just showing, which was that 10-year anniversary flyer. Right now, the link is not active because it's going to be a big reveal for the link to be active. But I need y'all to save the date. Like, you know how you guys save the date for weddings and baby showers? Save the date because it's about to be lit. We're going to have some amazing vendors. We're going to have swag bags. Like,
okay.
First off, if you came to our anniversary show last year, our swag bags were amazing. I'm talking about like jewelry, hats, food, like everything. Like it was amazing. Like we had so much stuff that I think like people's arms were literally hanging off trying to carry stuff out.
Wow.
So
now are these donations? These donations? Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Local small businesses donate. One of speaking of businesses, Vash High Blues actually donated last year.
Ooh.
And honey, he has us out here looking awesome. Okay.
Okay.
I was supposed to put my earrings on, right? But see what happened was I was trying to represent my company.
That's what I was saying. The same thing.
A sister by the name of Teresa the Songbird. She's really, really hot now. You know, she's been nominated for Grammys and stuff now, been on Bounce TV's award shows and all stuff. But she made these a long time ago. And because I wear them because they say poets on them. And I feel like that's a great brand representation. Unconsciously, she even put my little logo on there. All she's missing is the fork in the background.
Oh, that is cool.
That is nice. I like those.
Awesome.
So I told her, I said, every time, I gotta do something to represent poets for dinner, I'm gonna wear my poets. You feel me? Yeah. But listen, I'm gonna work it out. I'm trying to get another hole so I can wear my Vash High Blues too. Because I got these feather earrings he made me. They nice lightweight.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I need to see these earrings, honey.
Right.
See them.
Listen.
Nate has some bomb jewelry. I ain't even gonna lie.
He
That's
really
some
do.
bomb
does.
jewelry.
And I'm so
Really
excited.
do.
I'm so excited because he's coming to our anniversary show. So all I'm saying is everybody who's tuning in, y'all need to really, really tune in. Save the
Tune
date,
in.
okay? April 24th. And it's going to be, again, more free food, free love, free show. Like,
listen, y'all ain't got no reason not to come.
It's free,
everything.
free.
Yes.
Free.
Yes.
Y'all know black people love free stuff. Y'all know
Okay.
we do.
Now,
We love
listen now.
everything free.
I do want y'all to understand, okay? Because Nate says that the food is good, right? But like, y'all don't understand what he mean by the food is good. A lot of times when you hear free food, the first thing that pops in your mind is like what? Pizza, spaghetti, maybe
chicken, some
right,
meatballs.
right. No, baby. For our anniversary show, we're having stuffed shrimp.
Ooh.
Okay. We're having stuffed chicken breast. Okay. We're having stuffed vegan peppers because you know I gotta hold it down for my vegan brethren.
Absolutely.
Okay. With my 8 cheese mac and cheese. Okay.
8 cheeses. Okay.
8 cheeses. Okay.
Absolutely.
My pineapple candy yams.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nate, you wasn't lying.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, and of course we're gonna have to have some green beans because you can't have an affair of celebration unless you got some green beans. Everybody knows that's the
I am not a fan of string beans. I don't know why.
I am.
Because you ain't had mine. Because you ain't had mine.
That's my go-to.
Listen,
but no,
I can eat some broccoli, some collard greens, some cabbage. String beans.
But listen though, that's what, baby. That's what I got for you. I got some mixed greens. Okay, I got some mixed greens for you, and I'm gonna have some salad, some some Caesar salad for all my what my friend called rabbit food eater. My rabbit food eater.
For the rabbit.
Right.
Yeah, for the rabbit.
Now listen. It's not meant for you to come here and take plates or
plates home, like we told y'all last year.
Come here and eat,
like we told y'all last
have a nice little dinner. Don't come and thinking you taking plates to Ray and Keisha and them now.
But listen though, that's where you're wrong.
You let them take plates?
You can take plates.
No.
You can take plates. We give plates out at the end. We make sure, of course, everybody get the first round, but your second plate you can take home. Like literally.
Oh, listen, well, damn, let me shut up because y'all doing it. At this point, how can I get like y'all?
Now, right. Now the question I got is, are you like, I see right here where it says support us. So are you accepting like donations?
Yes, of course. I accept all kinds of donations. I accept Pell Grants, food stamps, PP loans in your name, of course.
Look, food stamps. She not playing with y'all. She's here.
No, for real, like everything counts. Like
loan in your name, not my name. Put the PP loan.
Let's make sure it's clear. Okay. I could do bad on my own. I don't need it in my name. Right, but if you don't need your name, I'm here for it. You feel me? But yes, we are accepting sponsors. We are accepting vendors. Okay. We have one of the lowest vendor fees out there too. It's only $25. So go make sure y'all lock in.
Lowest. I've never heard that before.
Listen, and you can vend almost anything as long as you're not selling bodies. I'm okay with that. Okay. Listen, it's 2022. You got preference some stuff. Cracking bodies are a no-go.
You ain't cracking bodies. We're not doing no crack and perks. We're not doing that.
Yes, and no perks. Okay.
No perks.
Okay, what you do in your own time is your business, but
ain't no, can I set up my perk stand?
No testers, no none of that. I'm good.
No. I got this girl. She, she's right.
No. Like she can get 5 in the back. No.
You can hook up with a plate. She gets you right.
You is not getting us shut down. You is not getting us shut down for your shenanigans.
Listen. Somebody said Grace rocking natural hair. She's a
listen.
Okay, 100% true.
Okay. Now, honestly, my hair been natural for the last 5 years, but I've been, I've been blow drying it. But this is the first time in ever that I've gone without doing the blow drying. I did the whole entire air letting it dry. Okay. And honey, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
He said
She accepted the food stamps. That's kind of low. Never thought she would stoop to such a level. Food stamps is honey.
Listen,
I
okay.
food stamps.
First off, if you gonna meet me at the store and spend, listen, if you gonna meet me at the store and spend your food stamps to help me feed the world, let's feed the world. Because let's be honest, when they gave out them emergency stamps, y'all know darn well y'all was living off $150.
Y'all know darn well y'all was at the market asking somebody, "Can you get $200 worth of stamps?"
Girl, somebody walked up to us
like that.
Okay, to us in Atlanta, it was like, you try to buy some food. So I said, "Oh, they do that out here? Wait a minute."
They do it everywhere.
But how much you giving me? But how much you giving me?
They do it everywhere. They do it everywhere. They do it everywhere. Anytime black people get something for free in the multitude, we're gonna get something for some money. We're gonna need some money.
Yes.
Okay. You feel me?
That's our culture. It's a part of our culture. It's
Absolutely.
Anything we get in a multitude and we can get money for, we gonna definitely sell it.
Talk about it. We're gonna find some way to flip it. That's why they was really hurt. Like, I hate it bad, but you know, over the stimulus checks, so many entrepreneurs emerged out of that.
Man, I ain't never seen so many people selling stuff in my life.
Okay, how many t-shirt companies that popped up?
Girl, when you start selling scarves,
right?
I got the COVID scarf, or I got the COVID t-shirts, the back give me 6 feet t-shirt.
Oh, the mask, the mask.
I ain't want to know. We got some creative black people out here.
Yes.
Like, it took COVID to shut your life down to bring out that creativity.
Right. Remember when they was taking and doing the mask from the bras, from the little bra pad? Remember everybody was doing that?
Yep. Sure enough. And that's why I was really, really excited. I was really, like, I mean, a lot. Don't get me wrong. I was very, very sad because it did shut down a whole lot. However, when it came to the creativity, that was at an all-time high. I've met so many new vendors and stuff over this like course of the pandemic, from like new people. They was like, I was at home. I ain't have nothing else to do. So I made this drink. I made this dessert. I made these bracelets.
You know what kicked it off for me? It's the Crocs. Everybody be dazzling the Crocs.
Yes.
Crocs.
Yeah.
All that.
Watch some YouTube videos. I'm about to do something.
Listen,
I found my Crocs. I'm about to try.
I'm gonna get me a hot glue gun and some beads and some rhinestones, and I'm finna make me some Crocs, honey.
I'm about to try.
So the ladies doing the wigs, the nails,
right?
The nails.
Yes.
Selling the nails.
Lashes. Yeah. Oh my God, we've been doing everything since the pandemic.
Everything.
That's good though. That's good.
The check really hit off, and people was getting unemployment money. Listen.
Okay.
Listen. We definitely black people are so talented.
And that really helped our community. I feel like that really helped our community. That really helped a lot of us to step out, absolutely, and just showcase, their talent and what they actually like push them to do stuff they never thought they were able to do, or that they never would even try to start to do.
It's the sea moss makers for me.
Yes,
that part.
The body butters, y'all. The body butters, the lip gloss, the shea butter.
Yes, all of them.
The scrubs and everything.
So Grace, so what made you get into, like, I know the first in the beginning you were talking about doing like the homeless drives and things like that. What made you want to get more involved within the community with like doing the homeless drives and things like that?
Honestly, I hate that feeling. Like, I don't know if anybody else gets it, but I get this real deep sinking feeling, like when I'm on my way into the event and someone asks like, "Hey, can I get $1 for something to eat?" And everyone's like, no, but they go inside the event and then they buy like the whole bar out.
I am a sucker for that. Anytime anybody walk up to me like, "You got $1," I'll be trying to look. I can't. I'll be trying to look.
I really be cringing because it's like I be torn. And then like all right. So this is what I was told by someone, right? And I feel like it really, really makes sense to me. We may think that we know what someone's going to do with the money once we give it to them, right?
Right.
But it's really none of our business.
Absolutely.
If our intent is to help, help.
If your intent is to help, why do it matter what they do with the money?
Exactly. Because guess what? Even if they do that with the money, we neglect the fact that if they don't have that, they go through withdrawals and they can die from withdrawals.
And they can die from withdrawals. Yeah.
So it's like realistically, we are helping. Regardless.
Now, what I have done in the past was I can't give you $1 to get something to eat, but I can buy you something to eat.
Yeah,
I can take you to the store and get you something, but I can't give you the money to get the food. I will take you to get the food.
And that's
like, I don't want none of that.
And that's exactly how I got. That's exactly how I got inside the community. Like legit.
Oh, nice.
Legit, because like literally one of the events and stuff, we was on our way into the event, like into Poets for Dinner or whatever, right? And it was literally like a homeless man asking for food. I was like, look, sir, I really don't have it, but if you can come to my event and eat. You know what I'm saying? You get something to drink, you can chill for a minute, and they, we have a good evening. At the end of the night, if we got extra food, take a tray.
Yeah.
He was like, I could take the whole tray. I was like, yes, the whole tray, because you're gonna be hungry for more than
just Oh, that was so nice.
And so
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, how often do you do your homeless drives?
And where? What's the location?
Before we were doing it like weekly, like we would go out and feed the community weekly. Like I'll do like 30 dinners and pass them out. However, because of financial situations and life happening, how life happens, we reduced it to just the once a month. So if we have like extra food after Poets for Dinner, we'll hand them out. Most of our locations my favorite locations is underneath the 83 bridge.
83 bridge, yeah.
Oh, that's what. I did that. I did it a couple of times.
Yeah. Yep, and I call it homeless park, but I think that's kind of disrespectful. But
I'm sure that's what they probably call it.
Do you like set up like a space? Because I know the one homeless drive that I used to go do on Saturdays. She actually set up like she had like themes and everything. Or do you just literally go out there and you have people that help you just pass out plates? Because I know you say sometimes you'll do like 30 plates or so. So you actually set up a drive, or you just go and just whatever you got, pass it out?
Normally I'll just have them pre-bagged. Like it'll be all right. So even when I vend dinners and stuff, right? This is how I'll pack my bags. It'll be either a recyclable bag or a market bag. It'll have the plastic container. It'll have the utensils, hand sanitizer, napkins, a compliment card, and for my homeless friends, it'll either have like personals, like toothbrushes and stuff like that, or it'll have like socks, or when I do the blanket drives, it'll have the blanket inside the recyclable bag. So it'll be pre-packed, and so when I go, whoever's there, I hand it out. And then like if I still have bags left over, I'll drive around and hand out to whoever I see, and then like on my way to the next part. And then once I run out, I run out.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
That's awesome. That's really
another
awesome.
high traffic area for homeless is Martin Luther King, of course.
Yeah.
Up and down Martin Luther King. I know sometimes like, over there by the main post office, they be over there sometimes by the main post office.
Yeah. And that's I was about to say. That's why I call homeless park. That's why I was like, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like where Shot Tower is. Like that little park area.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, right there. Right there. That's another area for homeless people. Yeah. One day
it used to be right there off of Route 40, right? Where the gas station is, but then they put those spikes underneath And
I thought that was so rude. I thought that was so heartless.
It was. It was.
Even when they put the fence up under the 40 bridge, when they put that gate up, I didn't like that. I didn't like that because now you're forcing these people to just live on the sidewalk. They are living on the sidewalk. Like they are literally.
What's the point of cutting them out of that area? It's nothing going on in that area. So
I think it was like an eyesore for the city. They felt like it was an eyesore, just like how living under the bridge was an eyesore for them.
Yeah.
I know where they gonna go? Used to work. When I used to catch the bus, sometimes that right there where they cut them off downtown, right before you get to the 83 bridge. It was when they cut that part off, they were living literally on the sidewalk right there.
But that makes it that
Guilford.
makes it
I
more
think it's
of
Guilford.
that makes it more of an eyesore, because now you got them closer to where, like where you're so-called, like where you're getting all your tourists and
Yeah,
stuff
high
coming
traffic.
in.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now they coming in
yeah.
closer instead of giving them a space and opportunity where you really not seeing them. Like they don't
Yeah.
bother me. Like I
Have
don't
you
feel unbothered.
have you partnered with any of the homeless shelters in the city?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
That's something that I'm looking forward to do
Yeah.
moving forward. But the way life works, it seems like once you have your mindset on a mission, a lot of distractions come in the way to try to slow you down. And I will be honest, in the past, I have fell victim to the distractions.
It's fine. We all have.
You feel me? That's a part of human nature.
That's a part of human nature, and no one can fault you for that.
I
no one can fault you for that.
So
if they do, like, what you want to fight?
Now I'm coming back for everything I left on the table, okay? For everything I left on the table, I'm coming back for. Like that's why I'm so excited.
Right.
So all those opportunities, all those partnerships and stuff that like people offered, and I kind of like,
no, I'm okay.
Guess what? What makes it even worse is it wasn't even like, no, I'm okay. It was just straight ghosted.
Yeah. No. Well, now you gotta redeem yourself. Now you gotta redeem yourself.
Exactly. But I'm learning accountability. You understand what I'm saying?
Say that word again.
Accountability.
Absolutely.
Some people it's a curse word, okay? But I'm learning accountability for myself and for my actions. And I realized too, like mental health is very, very important. And people use it as an excuse. And it's not. It's not. Like, yes, we all go through stuff, and yes, we may even go through manic episodes, but we are still accountable for our actions in those manic episodes.
And don't try to keep using your mental health issue as a way to treat people or do the things that you do.
Exactly.
That's my biggest thing with mental health. I get it. Some people, I'm bipolar. Okay, well, you bipolar when it comes to certain situations.
You're not the only one.
You're not the only one that's bipolar.
Right.
You're not the only one out here that's dealing with it. Now, granted, mine might not be as bad as yours, but still, I can manage.
Right.
You have to learn how to manage. People,
and plus, we gotta remember, no one else is responsible for your triggers.
No one but you. You know what triggers you.
So the way my mother put it, and it's something that sticks. The way she put it is, it's always somebody. It can always be worse. It's always somebody going through something worse. Yeah. So that's how I look at life now. That really
Black
like
people made that word up.
me.
Y'all know that, right? Black people made that word up. Worser.
And they gonna start coming. They gonna start coming for me in these in this chat over here.
Right.
Yeah. Talking about clears my throat.
I know people be like, why are they going off like that? It's this man in this chat box. Understanding. This man in this chat box is lethal, honey. Y'all don't understand.
Listen,
so one day I'm gonna copy and paste the chat box just as a Facebook status.
Right, so
people can see he lethal. Like no cut cards. None. No cut cards. None.
He said that.
He better say none. That's what he said.
None, right. You know what he meant.
He knew what he meant. Even he corrected himself, honey. He knew what he meant. He knew it no cut cards.
Listen, we tried to tell y'all last week. We tried to tell y'all last week.
They ain't listen to us. They did not listen.
Then we got proof. Grace, right? We got proof. Grace,
thank you for being the proof that this man he off the chain.
Huh? And that's why I love him.
And even worse in person.
Definitely.
Because listen, it be the face for me.
It be the face.
Like he didn't want to say nothing. Like I think it's even worse because he's an actor, but it be the face.
He's gonna say it's called consistency.
That's right. True. You got consistency.
Being consistently Nate. Yes. You're gonna get that same Nate regardless. No one.
Right.
You're not gonna deviate.
Listen, nobody.
No deviation.
Nobody.
No. Girl, nobody. No deviation in anything, honey. You will not get that. But Grace, shout out your social media for us and your website and stuff.
Yes,
And
y'all, please follow me on all social media platforms, on everything, everywhere, at Poets for Dinner, spelled grammatically correct, spelled exactly how it's spelled right there. And you can visit my website at www.poetsfordinner.com. Again, spelled grammatically correct, because I went to a good school and I know how to read, and sometimes I poet.
Absolutely.
Period. She sealed that with a period. She know how to spell.
Real quick, Grace, is there a age range on your Poets for Dinner?
Nope. As long as you are alive and nice, you can come.
There y'all go. Bring your children.
I don't know why Nate is being invited
at all.
Because he's the nicest.
Somebody put security at the door.
People say I am the man.
Somebody put security at the door with a picture of his face. Not let this man.
Like, it's free for everybody, but he has to pay for the attitude.
Yeah, okay.
I love you, Nate. I kid. I live for the attitude. I will pay you for the attitude, bro. I will pay you for it. Because his no means no, and I love that. His no means no.
First of all, I am an honorary member. And I don't play any games because I come to eat.
Okay.
So
he comes to eat.
Right. So don't sit in my space because I need a table so I can put my food down.
I got you, boo. I got you. Like, this is his section. He gets a special reserved area. But like, I'm saying it, but I really mean it, because Nate, y'all don't understand how many times this man has really come through and helped and saved Poets for Dinner, and he don't even realize he didn't introduce me to people who didn't help and come and save Poets for Dinner. He done sustained us in many ways, even from when we did Poets for Brunch and everything. Like, Nate is an angel, okay? So I like the joke and stuff, but when you're as sweet as he is, you kind of gotta have a mean face. You gotta have it.
Mm-hmm. Right. I can honestly say, like, in my years of knowing him, he has never deviated. He has never been like that person that was like, oh, I'm too good for this, you know. Right. He will literally reach his hand out to help anyone who is willing to help themselves, and I love that about him.
Indeed. That's the key word right there. Who's willing to help themselves. That part.
Right, definitely.
So we're also working it out with Grace, where I.Am.She Artist Echange will be there interviewing the individuals coming in, the beautiful people that will be gracing the stage and eating. But
emphasis on eating.
Right, come on out.
Emphasis on the food.
To K, FMG can definitely come out.
Yes, that'd be great to FMG, K.
And they all can do a piece. She is open to all artists, even if you're not an artist. If you come in there and you want to play the spoons, you can come in there and play the spoons.
Oh, I'm about to learn how to play the spoons.
Do magic.
And do magic, do comedy.
Crystal, let's play the spoons.
Whatever your art is.
I'm gonna do some comedy. I'm gonna do my debut comedy.
Do your stand up. There you go.
You should, for real. I'm not playing.
Look at that face. Look at that.
I'm serious though.
She know how to flap her eyelashes and she can like negative.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my lashes up to the mic and go. You know how they do the ASMR.
Yeah.
Please come out. Bring a friend with you. Bring a tip. Preferably a tip that's sizable too if you went out to eat dinner and see the movie that night.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's going to be a full buffet. And I'm telling you, people come. Y'all think y'all will be able to, and don't come late because I'm going to be there first.
Listen, doors open at 5:00. We eat at 5:30. Okay.
My jewelry table will be set up. I.Am.She table will be set up. And I'm going to be there ready to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
ready to eat.
Again, emphasis on the ready to eat.
Yes.
See, Grace, they don't. They underestimating you right now.
They are because they haven't been. But wait.
I'm excited. I'm excited
to
when
go.
You see her rolling. When you see her rolling with her Lord, she got the warmers and everything. She rolling with
Not
her
the
warmers. And she
Yes.
the sternos is
I
what
got
she
them
put
too.
them in. She got the
Oh, okay.
warmer that the caterers put the food in to keep it warm, and then
Oh,
she
the big
puts
black
in-
things.
Yeah.
The big black things. Yeah.
I think
The
hers
black
are
thing.
burgundy. If I
Yeah.
remember, hers
I
are
know
I got
exactly what you're talking about.
all of them. I got burgundy, black, and gray because I slay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So don't play with her. When you see her
Don't play
rolling
with her.
in, I see her rolling in because I often get there before she do. That's how early I be sometimes.
You know what?
I'll-
It just got a little shady. It just got a little
No,
shady.
it's not. No, it's not. It's not even that because I'm there that early because I want to set up so I can get my table closest to.
So Grace,
when the
how
line
late?
starts.
So Grace, how late do you be? Because Nate don't never be on time. So how late do you be?
First of all, she doesn't
If he
even
gets
know
there
that
before
part
you,
of me.
baby.
I'm
I'm
sorry, Nate.
early.
I'm sorry,
early.
Nate. Don't come for me.
I'm always early.
Man,
I
she
cannot wait. I'm
pulled them. She pulled them, boo. She pulled
Nate, I'm
them.
sorry. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm
But
sorry.
guess
Don't
what
come for
happens,
me.
Grace? The job always gets done.
The job
Always
gets
gets
done.
done.
Get done. People get fed. People get loved, and you feel me? We do all the above. You feel me?
Thank you. I appreciate
love
that.
it. I love it. I cannot wait. I'm excited.
Really,
Oh, my
I appreciate the opportunity that y'all give.
Me
That
too.
you're giving us. To
I
come
really do. I
and
appreciate the
just
opportunity
help.
that you're gifting us.
Oh man, I'm really excited.
I'm excited. Shit, I'm right.
I'm really excited, but I'm also gonna have my phone like this, waiting to see what time Nate come in.
I'm already be there.
Nate, I'm messing
I promise
Especially
you.
when it
I
comes
promise
to-
you though, all those aside,
I'm
Nate do
sorry.
not be playing. Like if I say doors open at 5, Nate there at 4:45. The latest.
Opening the
The
door
latest.
for
Opening
dinner.
Right.
like for real. Like,
All right,
okay, so let me carry this because you're taking a little bit too long. Let's go, Grace.
Right.
'Cause I'm here to eat. You're taking let's eat.
Nate, do you
play.
bake?
Right, I
Do you
think
bake?
I do everything. I mean, do you think I keep all of this from McDonald's? No. Mm-mm.
Except for
No.
McDonald's. I am done with
Can you bake me a red velvet cake? I love red velvet cake.
I'll send you my invoice. 2022.
Okay.
I got the ingredients. I'm gonna just do it myself.
It's not gonna be the same. I'm telling you.
How about I give you the ingredients that I got and you just use that?
Okay.
He's
I
the
take
one
off
invoice.
for ingredients.
Take off. That's the whole thing.
I was gonna bring something for this time because I always say I'm gonna bring something. I had brought water and juice before, but I'll bring some. I might bring some. It might shock you.
How can we donate, Grace?
Yeah,
Are you
I was
still
gonna say
accepting
that.
donations? How can we donate?
I am. I'm accepting donations via our website at www.postfordinner.com as well as PayPal at $. No, I'm sorry. PayPal is postfordinner@gmail. Cash App $postfordinner. Everything Post for Dinner. If you have Zelle, the only form of payment I do not accept is Apple Pay because iPhones are the devil. I'm sorry, y'all got that by yourselves. But
Wait a minute.
I take Google Pay. I take Facebook Pay.
Right.
Oh, here, Nate. She talking crazy.
I take everything. I take everything but Apple Pay.
Okay.
And for as little as, like, honestly speaking, for as little as $5, you will get an honorable mention in our booklet because we will be releasing, as a part of our swag bag, actual booklets of poetry. With, thank yous, of course, to our sponsors and our vendors and all the people who are involved in making sure that we continue to be free, we continue to be sustainable, because though I don't mind paying out of pocket, it's a lot better and a lot more epic when y'all help me.
Right.
So if somebody wanted to like donate water or sodas or something like that, do you accept those donations as well?
I do accept waters and sodas, all closed products, all sealed products. I do accept.
She said food stamps. She accept the water.
You feel me? The only thing I don't accept when it comes to food. The only thing I don't accept when it comes to food is like fresh produce, because I like to get my own produce so that way I can verify how fresh it is and that it hasn't been contaminated or anything like that. But other than that, if it's a sealed product, I accept all those kind of donations. I used to love it. Yes, honey. You know what? Tamika, where you been all my life?
Oh, well, we're gonna be at Poets for Dinner April the 24th, Tamika. So come on, it's
Right.
free $99.
I'm just saying, you feel me?
It is free, honey. We're gonna be at Poets for Dinner April the 24th.
Oh wait, other way. I gotta point the other way. April 24th.
I mean, whatever you got.
April 24th. Y'all see it? The 10 years. So
I don't complain.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
So that's 10 years of free foods, free hugs, free love, a free mic.
Crazy.
You know, and when I say free mic, again, like he said earlier, if you play the spoons, if you dance, tap dance, spin around in circles 3 times, I don't know, as long as it's not some spellbounding shit.
Yeah.
As long as you're not trying to get up there and do some witchcraft.
Right. I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step out with the church finger.
Long as you come back to some numb your whoring gag, listen.
You know, I'm good. And like he mentioned too, like all ages are welcome, whether you're a kid or old or in between, because I don't even like saying old if you're aged.
Yeah.
Y'all laughing, but when y'all see the community members come out, and it's some of the different community members. You gonna get somebody that come up there and play some spoons.
Like for real. But here's the thing. Another one of our core principles is this. Is that there's an ear for every message and the message for every messenger. So sometimes it might not come packaged the way that we recognize it, but somebody in the audience does. Like we've literally had people come up there and be like, 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. This is why I'm going through this. Okay.
And you can get up, if you just have something on your heart, if you have a message, you can get up there and just say your message. You don't have to have a outside
this is a judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free.
Nobody is going to give you a ticket to American Idol. Hopefully,
Well, actually, honey. Okay, don't.
Wait a minute now.
I want people to understand opportunities abound everywhere. Okay, we definitely make. It's a great networking area. Even though the mic itself is commercial free, it's completely network friendly. Like we've had people get signed, we've had people make connections and stuff and build with each other. And like I said, we've had artists we have Grammy nominated artists who come through. We've had people who have went on and done the world tours and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? We've featured, like I said, people like Teresa Songbird, T. Walker, who's toured the world with David Banner. So what I'm saying is you never know who you're going to come in contact with. Okay. But at the same time, you don't have to be perfect to come and be appreciated.
I'm pre-gaming
right now. Do you sign up? Like, is there like a sign-up sheet, or y'all just let people come up? Like, how do y'all do that?
Now, that's something that I'm really proud of because we're kind of unique in that we have slips of paper where you literally write your name and your social media, because again, we're commercial free, but we do encourage people to follow, because that's what I mean by building and branding and networking. We encourage and push people to follow, like even our vendors. Even if you don't buy from our vendors, we encourage you to follow them, because guess what? You may not be able to afford it today, but tomorrow you might, or you might be able to go to another event to support them. But when you come in, you get the option to sign up for the mic if you have anything to say whatsoever, and you put your name inside of a cake bowl. And the person who performs, once you get done, you put your hand inside the cake bowl, mix it around, and you pick the next performer. And each person introduces the next person. Now, the amazing thing about that I really, really love more so than anything, aside from the fact I get to sit down and my feet don't hurt for a few minutes, it kind of forces people to be kind to a stranger, because you don't know whose name you're gonna pick. Sometimes you get somebody that you know, and sometimes you might be like, okay, this says Nino, and Nino could be a girl, boy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It's like you still have to introduce this person as if they're going to be the next best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it's amazing to watch people who you know in real life are real timid, introverted, real shy, get up there, and not only do they do once they express themselves, but when they go ahead and introduce the next person, they really come out their shells and they be like, and up next, I don't know who this person is, coming from what seat over where, but this person right here is gonna blow your minds. Clap it up for Aiko. And
I'm in love with this idea because it's not your traditional event. You know, it's nothing traditional about it.
At all.
It gives everybody an opportunity to be a star, basically. You know?
I say exactly it.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, you know, the host said, you know, it's I love it. I love how
and nobody feels left out. You know, a lot of open mics.
Yeah.
You come there early. You never
they
get
only,
to
They only call up their homies. They're the best people that always come every time. I love that.
Nope. If your name is on the bowl, if your name is in the bowl, you're going to go. Now, if we are absolutely like in a space where they're like, no, y'all have to get out right now. The next time they're like, here we go. It's normally, I've only had that happen like twice. But those people, when they came back the next time, I allowed them the spotlight because I'm like, you got robbed. Yep, they get to go first. They're at the top of the list, and they get to do more pieces than everybody else because I'm like, you missed your opportunity last time. However,
she's so fair.
Yeah,
like, and the thing is, too, I don't control who goes first. I don't control who goes last. Like I said, it's in the bowl. You pick your name, and sometimes you might be the first person in there and the last person to go. Or sometimes you might have been the last person in there and the first person to go. And that happened to Nate a couple of times and he got mad. But guess what? It worked.
And sometimes your name is called and you didn't even put your name in there. So don't come thinking you're not going to perform. Because she will call your name regardless.
Now she felt bad.
Because she's trying to make me seem like I'm a villain, okay? I am a love bully.
You
okay,
are.
Some people I know just need some extra love, and I recognize that some of the love that they need is in front of an audience. And some people, okay, he may not admit it, needs an audience from time to time to tell him how fucking wonderful he is.
He does. He does.
You don't have to tell me. Just laugh at me.
That's how you really show me you love me. Cash at me. You love me. Cash at me.
Yes. Right. Oh, that's the real love. Yes.
I'm through with him. I am through. I am done.
Support I.Am.She.
He put the cash tag in the freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You love me, cash at me.
I'm good time.
You love me, cash at me.
Yes.
Cash at me $100 right now.
Let me know that it's real. Cash at me.
Right now. No, right now. You say you love me. Right now. I need it now.
Right. Okay. To keep I.Am.She Podcast and the Artist Exchange going so we can continue to support poets
and entertainment.
Yes. Listen.
Yes.
These jokes are not for free.
No. So my question to you was, how do you is there like a cutoff time when you know like you gotta stop taking too many people, or like, because I know, how long is the event, from whenever to whenever?
I wish. Sometimes I wish. Now it depends on the space, because like I said, we've actually changed locations a couple times. Now back when it was in my house, it was until whenever, so it was no cutoff. If you had something to say, you can keep going, and I'll just pass out while everybody else just keep going. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm home. Y'all the ones who gotta get home. I'm already there. But when we were at the City Arts building, our cutoff time was 9:00. So every artist, you know, I would go until 8:55, and the last 5 minutes I like to spend giving everyone an affirmation. So that way, when you leave there, you're not just leaving there with a full belly, but you're leaving there with a full spirit as well. You know, so I tried to make sure I start with.
You need to wear I give out free hugs shirt.
Yes.
Free hugs. You need that shirt in your life.
She has that shirt.
I did.
Oh God.
Hashtag hug life.
I did.
Hashtag hug life. I love it. I want one.
Yep. Hashtag hug life. I have love on somebody. I have, you know, I eat poets for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you can interpret that however you want to.
However you want. However you want.
However you choose, love.
Y'all, all jokes aside, I just made fun of Nate about being late, but y'all, I'm gonna be late because I'm coming from Atlanta that week. I might be like an hour or two.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I just looked at the date. I
like,
just
I'm
looked
gonna
at
be
the date. I just looked. I'm sorry. I
You
just
could be late. I'm gonna be on.
Now I'm about to put you on display.
This right here, y'all, is the face
Candid
of late.
I'm
camera.
gonna be late.
This is the face of late. That is the face of lateness.
Right.
Listen, I didn't know it was the same.
Trash, and then gonna say I'm gonna be late. Girl,
I didn't pay attention.
Right.
Right,
So
well, ask me how late am I if I got that after Nate?
How?
Hold on, Nate. Let's do it at the same time.
Y'all ain't gonna come for me.
So now you gotta invite some people since you're gonna be late.
Because our goal is to feed 100 people. So yeah, you gotta send some people when you're
right. Is a wonderful singer. Jessica was on here earlier, and she can
definitely
come through. Yeah. She plays the guitar, and she has a wonderful voice.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
The guitar, the keyboard.
We had
the
something like
drums.
that without the hugs and stuff. Though we had a kickback for her sister's birthday, was like a year ago, and
y'all didn't invite me though.
I had to add you on Instagram.
Right.
It's cool.
That's what
it's cool. I was boycotting social media back then anyway.
That's what it was. I knew it. I didn't see you posting, girl.
I believe she is watching because she just jumped on here. So I'll definitely send it to her. She needs to start putting herself out there.
Yeah.
She has a wonderful voice. Wonderful voice.
Yeah, she does.
And Post for Dinner is a great space to do it because, like I said, it's completely judgment free. We're very, very supportive, and even if we don't understand it, we still are happy that you did it.
Absolutely,
we're happy. I love it.
Absolutely,
I love it. Well, thank you, Grace, for coming on and giving us the laughs and the love that we needed. Because I definitely felt that love. I'm excited. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait for the event, girl.
I can't wait either. Thank you,
late,
guys.
but I'll see you there. I'm just saying.
So Nate, just so we're clear, she's coming after you and after me.
But check this out.
Last thing. She don't get a plate.
So because you late, you have to get text. Poets for Dinner because Poets for Dinner charges a fee if you want them to fix your plate. So if you want them to fix you a plate, then
I'll be on time enough. I'll be on time enough for my plate, but I'm gonna be late.
Great, we don't know.
We don't know.
That is dedication. I'm coming straight off the road from Atlanta. I'm coming straight off the road, straight to the event. That's dedication.
And when you come in that room and you see that line wrapped around the room, then that's gonna be. Then you gonna understand.
Then you gonna understand.
When you see that line wrapped around in a circle in that room,
it's fine.
It's not a prayer circle. That's to get to food.
He said it's not a prayer circle.
We did that.
We're going all the way out the door and around the corner.
God.
Yeah.
Right. We did that already. We said, said grace.
Okay. Our goal is to feed 100 people this month.
Definitely. Okay.
Nice.
So I definitely suggest people coming early because, I say 100, so 200 people going to show up. You know how that go.
You know it.
Outside of KD gonna be late.
Yeah.
You gotta keep reiterating that you're gonna be late, girl.
And you better put a sandwich in your purse because you might be hungry.
Nate, that's fine. I eat off your plate. It's fine.
Not a sandwich in her purse.
Oh no! You missed that post for dinner. We tried it. We tried it.
In her face too, honey.
I haven't been there since last year too. Oh no, girl, you out of luck.
You ain't even gonna share my rice. Nate, look at his face. He said no.
Because you wasn't there when he almost stabbed somebody over his. Listen, he was not playing with his fork at all. They went for his Mac. He said, "What's he?" Nope.
Now he almost stabbed somebody. Nate, what the?
Because it gets serious in the day.
You said it gets serious.
When you see that buffet set up, she does something. When we was in the other space, she does something a little evil. because she puts the pole right in front of where the food is. So you're watching the food the whole time. And if you hood like me, you go up there to get a seconds
while somebody performing.
While somebody performing.
And everybody else is sitting there.
Look, in the middle they said, "Excuse me, I'm trying to get the macaroni and cheese."
No, you just walk around it and you just do your thing.
I want to.
It's all love. It's all love.
But you sound good, though. You sound good.
Right. I'm listening. I'm talking back to you guys.
Like I'm the background. Like go ahead.
Yep.
Right.
We all need an amen corner.
Yes. I can't wait. I'm excited. I am so excited. I cannot wait. This is going to be awesome. Y'all got me cracking up on this.
Yeah.
But Grace know all of this is actual factual information. That's why she's laughing, because all of this, when you see the antics that go on in that room, when you get a room full of artists, there's all types of artists in one space, and it'd be like 50, 60 people. It's bound to be foolishness, but it's a loving way.
Like straight magic all the time. Straight magic all the time. Like at the last Post for Dinner, we literally had an impromptu drum circle. Like it literally started off with one guy. He was playing in the
food. That's the food.
For real, it creates a magical experience. So like we want to have we're having a live band, which includes another drum circle come this anniversary show. We're going to have
Dr. Drum Dot.
Listen, I'm trying to get her involved too. I am.
She gonna show up with a drum just because. I was
gonna say, but you know how
like
she
an
is.
African drum, like an African drum.
Yes.
I know how to do that.
Listen, Drum Dr. Dot is the woman to go to. Okay,
she gonna be up there drumming, and I'm gonna be like,
whole time.
Yeah. And you're not gonna be alone. That's the crazy thing, because Grace is gonna be beside you.
Of course.
I can't wait.
Listen, I do not
choreography right now.
I do not I'm so serious.
Let's practice some choreography. Let's come up with a dance routine. We're gonna meet and practice. We're gonna meet and do the whole dance routine. We're gonna come out.
And you will see people rolling with strollers, with walkers, with wheelchairs.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's for everybody. So
good and bad wigs, all of it. Okay, I'm trying to tell you.
Good and bad wigs.
I'm trying to tell you. Okay.
I can't wait.
You going like you know how when you had the family reunion, you got your drunk uncles and you got the bougie aunties and get ready.
Look at
get ready.
I'm definitely the bougie uncle.
Like, I'm the bougie drunk aunt.
The bougie drunk aunt. Yeah.
Oh, I got my aunt Crystal. She a little tipsy, y'all, but don't worry about it. She don't mean no harm.
She alright.
Got a little thing of Hennessy in her bag, but she alright.
She alright.
You already know what you drinking, Auntie girl. Don't play with me. You know.
You feel me? This Auntie's juice. This is Auntie's juice. Okay.
Juice.
Oh God.
Nothing but the finished cognac, honey.
Yes.
What the finished?
The finished.
But she drunk.
Try to say
We have to let Grace go so she can get the because she gotta go to the market and get that food. Got some shopping to do.
I love y'all. This was I needed this morning. Thank you. No, like y'all don't understand. I needed all of this. I have not laughed this hard in a while. Oh my God. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. Everybody at home, please make sure y'all follow me for more information at Poets for Dinner. Visit my website, poetsfordinner.com, for more information on our 10-year anniversary, April 24th. Save the date. The link reveal is going to be coming up soon. So make sure y'all visit www.poetsfordinner.com, spelled grammatically correct. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace, y'all.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day. Thank you, Grace. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. I can't wait to see you in person.
I can't wait to see her too, because it's gonna be a show, honey. It's gonna be a whole cackle that night. I'm having fun.
Just know I'm be late.
I got to bring out my cute clothes.
Just know I'm be late.
Shout out for Love for Mom. They just brought me a sandwich. I smashed that.
I seen that.
What did she bring you? What did she bring?
I had a chicken salad sandwich. Yeah, I had a shrimp, like real shrimp, not like them little salad
not
shrimp.
Them boom boom shrimp. Not
real
them boom
shrimp.
I feel some type of way. I'm hungry.
Well, you should have came in, but you were doing other things this morning, so you couldn't come out.
First of all,
what?
I had to help a friend out this
morning. Oh, that's what they call it. Okay.
To what extent did you have to help this friend?
Oh my God! I had to take the.
Yeah.
You had to take the what to the who? You had to take the what to the who?
I'm excited about this Poets for Dinner. I have never been to anything like this, so I like stuff like that though. I love poetry.
I do.
Open mic night.
I'm the plug for these types of events.
Yeah, you
I'm the plug.
You are. I ain't even gonna lie. You are the plug.
I don't go out a lot when it comes to like just the scene, because the art scene in general has gotten so cliquish, but there are certain people that I do support, and Grace is one of those people. She used to have a radio show on the station that I'm on, Big Exposed Radio.
She did.
And it was called Poets for Brunch, and she would interview chefs and individuals, and it was always a live cooking session. So, I was always there as her producer. I was there tasting the food and setting it up. But,
so we need to do a chef hour. We need some at the studio though. At the studio.
We can do that. We got the space. Just bring the groceries.
Chefs in mind.
Bring the groceries.
Bring the groceries.
Crystal, you know what she did? Grace did give me a good idea. You know how we were talking about doing like a homeless drive or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
She gave me a good idea as I was listening to her. We can do like a minor drive, like we can do like the I.Am.She, give out like I.Am.She t-shirts and masks. Just go pull out, give them out for free. Get a whole bunch of
well, before you do that, I have to get one because I haven't gotten.
Oh, that's right. Nate, what's your size?
I.Am.She,
you want to type it in there?
On the back it's gonna say producer.
You just gonna shout me out like that?
Because I gotta get them made. I gotta get them made for out there.
I can do a 2X because I like mine a little, I don't want it so fitted.
Because I gotta get the shirts today so I could give them to kids to make for our other.
Now what happened to you learning how to make the shirts on your own?
Listen, let me show you. Because I tried, it did not work. So I'm
just
going back in and try again.
You do vinyl? Is it vinyl?
I'm just going to show y'all real quick. I don't know if y'all can see it. So this is how my little letter came out. That was my first attempt.
Yeah, you just got, the more you practice, the more you come out. You just have to have, especially when you picking out the letters, you have to be really patient.
That's what, that part made me be like,
and don't let it cool off. You have to do it while it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Well, my first attempt at something yesterday was I had redid my wig. It came off early in the week. Mm-hmm. I went to the store.
Because of all those morning activities.
I went to the store and I bought. I can't even get the thought out no more because this man gets on my nerve. But I went to the store and I already had like the lace, the little lace adhesive stuff.
Yeah.
And I went to the store. I bought me a stocking cap, and only thing I need to do is just sew the back down, which I'm gonna try to do today. Sew the back down myself, and it did come loose, but I'm gonna redo it today. But it'll be back. But it looked really good. It looked really good. I don't know if you saw my Insta story.
I thought
last week I had got somebody did it, but it came.
But you said it can't. I thought you said it couldn't, like just a little snatch and it didn't. So when you went this week and you was, it would.
It was like, bam! What are you doing?
get off of here? What time we get off of here? Because I got to word with y'all after we get out. I got to word.
I'm just saying.
I am going to redo it, but it came out really nice. If y'all look at my Insta stories from last night, it came out really nice.
Okay. So you making wigs now?
No, I didn't say that. Don't
you
hit my
wig
inbox
lady.
saying, I heard you said you was making wigs. No, I didn't say that.
Hit that inbox,
I heard you
y'all.
could do wigs. No, ma'am, I did not say that. I said I did
Hit that
my own. I said I did my own.
You know what I hate? What I hate? When I used to wear a weave and people used to ask me, "Can you do my hair like that?" Because first of all, we ain't got the same hair texture, so I definitely can't.
I don't know what's going on with your hair, ma'am, but that ain't it. That ain't it.
So I have a question, and I don't want to delve too deep into this because I think we've heard too much of it in the last week. But can we touch? I mean, he is a daddy, and he had a daddy. But could we touch a little bit on the Will Smith debacle? Are y'all up to date with it, or y'all?
I am up to date with it. I just
Chris, right?
I've been hearing all the different stories and all the different, he's spoken to him in the past about speaking on his wife and speaking on them. So, me as a woman, if I had a husband and somebody were making fun of an illness that I had,
that's what I was going to say.
I would want my husband to stand up for me.
Medical illness, that's not nothing to play with.
I'm tired of seeing the people say, well, what about Magic Johnson? People was making jokes about Magic Johnson. Or what about who was it? Who else got like a little medical condition? What about this person and that person? It's like, I'm sorry if you didn't stand up for you. Yeah. What about Kanye? I'm sorry if people didn't stand up for you, but mine will stand up for me. And no matter what her indiscretions was, because we're not in their relationship. So everybody's talking about, August. Yeah, that woman was not a hoe. Now, mind you, we don't know what the Will was doing because August made his shit public. We don't know what Will was doing because they
but even if
an open marriage.
That's what I was going to say. Even if he wasn't doing anything, what they do in their marriage, their decision on how they want to open or not open their marriage is their business. So why is everybody else getting upset at the way they make their marriage? Why are you following their marriage? Work on your own.
Work on your own whole time and living in a whole unhappy home. Unhappy as hell, okay? But you worry about what's two people who got more money than you, got more than you got doing.
And they ain't thinking about you. They rich in their best life.
They are still together, and y'all are men. And for me, it's the black men. The black men just want Will to do away with Jada so bad. Like if y'all,
but see, a lot of this, and even tied into the conversation that we have today, because there are a number of reasons why fathers aren't there, why they are absent or never was there before. But there's a lot of stuff. And in this situation, it is clear because he's written it in a book. They've exposed it on their social media. But situations like this forced them to come out and talk about it. They wasn't going to talk about August before, but there are a lot of situations why men react the way they act, and it's not just the past or not having a father, but it's also connected to the mothers. And you all have had plenty of shows surrounding that issues and looking on both sides of it. And he just wrote a book speaking about watching his mother get beat. And if any of you have ever been in a situation where you've had to watch a parent be disrespected, somebody put their hands on them, it stays with you.
It stays
in my mind, I can still see my blood uncle beating my aunt, his wife, down a flight of stairs. That has stuck with me, and I was probably like 7 at the time, and I'm 38 right now. So that sticks with you in a space where you can't let it go. Absolutely. Like my whole life has been about making sure she feels needed and she feels validated. And she doesn't even, I think I just said that to her last year. I even brought up the situation, but I can physically see him beating her down a flight of stairs and feeling helpless. And watching my mother and great grandmother stand there helpless. And what can we do? we would have been next.
That's what I was about to say. He was gonna whip y'all ass.
But he speaks about watching his mother be beat and him feeling helpless and how that carried through his life and him always trying to make everything funny so his dad would never do it again, which had happened several times. But him feeling like he had to make everybody laugh so everybody would be good.
Yeah,
you know, that's why when people aren't doing those things in front of him, with the Janet situation, the first Aunt Viv, because she didn't have that sense of humor, he got rid of her.
Got rid of her
because he felt like it was nothing he could do for her, so she got to go. And I don't even think that was malicious. It was just, I need everybody to be happy right now.
I need everybody to be happy right now.
So when you're and now I'm not a person that wants to cancel comedians, but we have to watch how we talk to each other beyond what our professions are. We have to watch out for it. Since they did the Oscar So White, and when he first went after Jada Pinkett, this was their, and that was like
2016. Like
this was their first time back. Jada and Will both, even separately, back to the Oscars. So why would you? And you said those jokes then. You remember what you said.
And he told him, I heard that he told him before, hey, listen, stop. Don't do that.
And that people are creating a narrative, but I am sure there's more to this than him just getting agitated in that moment. You know how things go when you hear somebody talking about you behind the scenes and then they do it in front of people. Like how it's only but so much you can take. Like how do you? And we've never seen this behavior from Will before. We've never known. Nobody's ever said. Everybody that speaks of him speaks about how nice he is.
Nice he is, yeah.
So when someone does something like this, they're already about to kick him out of. Well, he's resigned.
He's resigned.
Trying to beat them ahead of kicking him out of the membership of the Oscars. This could carry over to his actors union, which he could be kicked out of his actors union, which means he may not be able to do some of the big roles. Even if he produces it himself, he'll have to produce it independent of everything.
But why is there not backlash? Why is there not backlash for Chris Rock? Because I look at it
because people want to make him to be the bad guy. You know, people want to say, "Oh my God, he's violent. He's a violent black man."
That person that you pick on, and pick on, when they get up and beat you, the dog shit out of you, they then get in trouble. Not the person who remember being in school, the bully always bullying you, and when you beat their ass, then you come into the principal office.
But what you saying? So now what you saying? Now what you're saying as far as the Oscars is that these hosts can get up here and they can pick on, I mean, it's a medical condition. So let's say if it's the same as if she had cancer, and that's the reason why she was balding. And he made the same comment. A medical condition is a medical condition. It can't be controlled.
So two things. Let's just pray and hope he did not know. Let's just hope he didn't know. Because it could be any reason that she cut her hair short. You did a whole documentary talking about these summer hair and how communities of people attack black women in their hair.
And then you do it.
You made a comment, and the comment, because it wasn't a joke, it was a comment that you made about comparing her to a Demi Moore. That's already problematic because now you're comparing a black woman to a white woman because of her hair. That's already a problem.
Now Demi Moore cut her hair for that role.
But you don't, because you don't know, and granted, what he said, what everybody's been saying, he did make jokes about everybody in the room. But when you saw Jada was not laughing, you should have backed off. That's what I was getting ready to say. She didn't laugh. Right. He prefaced that statement by saying, "I love you, Jada." But that when we do that, that's like, I love you here, but you still go and do fuck shit. Like you still, when you saw
me, that would have been hurtful. To me, that would have been hurtful. If I was her in her shoes and I knew it was a medical condition, the reason why I was losing my hair, and then you make a comment, I might already be self-conscious because I had to cut my hair because of this medical condition.
But let's just say nobody knows all of that. when you see somebody not laughing with you,
Absolutely.
stop.
Cut it. Cut it. Sure.
That's
Cut
just
it.
like if we're in a romantic situation and you don't look like you're in it, it's rape if you keep going.
It's rape.
It's rape. Even if I don't open my mouth and say anything, it's considered rape or sexual assault if you keep going, seeing that I'm not in this.
Right.
That's
True.
so even on the other spectrum of laughing, if you see that person is not in it, they didn't come to a comedy show. They came so Will could take home his award. That's what they came for. And to
Right.
celebrate all the other nominees and all the other excellence that happened. And you don't get to tell people how they respond. You don't get to tell people when they respond. Because when just like a lot of these school shootings we have, a lot of them you can draw a lot of them back not to racism, but to that child being bullied.
Bully. Yep.
And enough is enough. Like enough is enough, and we have to stop, especially in the fuck white people. Because I'm over them having something to say about this because they were waiting for something like this to happen on one of their big platforms so they can have a reason to
absolutely.
us. So it's very easy because
criminalize black men.
There's been talk about getting him out of the Academy Awards, the Oscars. There's been talk about him having some type of accountability in terms of his union. But a number of the white men who have been accused of raping people and molesting people, they've never been taken out of the Academy.
Absolutely.
Never.
The ones who have been accused of beating their wives or their children, never been taken out of the Academy Awards.
I mean, I think with the amount of African American actors and actresses, I think this can be beat. I think if we push together and we push back as hard as the white people are pushing to get him out, if we push back and make it an issue for why does he have to? If we bring that issue and
some of
push
those same black people, I'm gonna say Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes publicly said how disgusting Will Smith was.
Right.
Bird remarked on how disgusting Will Smith was, and that wasn't their exact word.
Sorry, Underwood talking about she's afraid to do stand up now because she might get attacked. Girl, bye.
Well, that's the warrant. That means you need to watch what you say. Then
that's what I was getting ready to say. Because think about it on the other side. What if it was you? What if you was in his wife's shoes? What if it was your wife or your husband that was bashed? For the same that was getting talked about. You would feel the same way.
But it's called grace. And if you don't understand, people don't understand what grace is. It's putting yourself in someone else's shoes and giving them the same love that you would want if you're in that situation. Absolutely. That's the gist of what grace is. And people are treating Will as if he's always had a problem. Now, we love Will. We love Jada all throughout their career. Now, all of a sudden, they're both narcissistic. Now, all of a sudden, Jada's a bitch. Now, all of a sudden, Jada's
a hoe.
They've been trying. They've been trying to get them for the longest time. Right. They've been trying so hard to get them for the longest
but it's
time
not even been that long. It's been over, I say, the last 15 years. All of a sudden, Will Smith is this animal. But just a few minutes ago, he was gay and soft.
Yeah.
He was just gay and soft. So which way do you want it? You
damned
can't.
If you do, damned if you don't.
And it's for me, it's the comments. It's the comments come from us. Now, all the white people, the Jim Currays, and all of the white women who feel so afraid to go back to the Oscars now, and they feel so traumatized. Bullshit. Even the Wanda Sykes. In situations, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm speaking in front of two black women, but lesbians and white people, I don't give a fuck what they have to say about black men. I really don't. I don't even credit them when they have something to say about black men. And it's crazy because this was an incident, but you can tell from Chris Rock's perspective, the fact that he hasn't said anything. One, because he plans
he knew he was wrong. He knew he was wrong.
He was wrong, but he also plans to make money from this. And on top of that, you can tell that they've had a relationship. When I did my show yesterday, I was Googling images to put up from them, and there are so many photos of the two of them together, and not just at award stuff, but these look like they were at regular sports events and games and stuff like that. So they know each other. They know each other. So for you to do this to somebody that you know, y'all probably been to
No.
each other's home before. Y'all
Right.
probably have gone out as a couple because he was married at one time. But
Yeah.
when the call comes from within the house, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and I'm not a violent person, but I've been brought to that point myself recently. But in the moment, there's a choice that you make, but sometimes that choice is taken out of your hands when people are disregarding your feelings,
Disregarding your feelings.
the fact that you are human. They
Right.
disregard it. And we just, as black people, we live in a space where we're comfortable talking about each other, gossiping about each other, doing each other wrong, sleeping with this person, and doing dirt to each other, and not having any accountability for it.
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever.
It's always the same. Like going back to what you were saying about the shootings, it's always the same response when these shooters take action. But they've been coming and saying over and over, he keep messing with me. He keep messing.
Mhm.
Nothing's being done. He keep messing with me. So now
Yep.
when they take it in their own hands, I can't believe he did that. Why not? He told you on multiple
Mm-hmm.
occasions. Tell him leave me alone.
And what
Tell
has
him stop
everybody been
bothering
saying?
me.
What everybody been saying about Will? It was just a joke, Will. But you
It's
don't
not
know
until you
how
retaliate
heavy
or
that is
until
on them.
you. It's not until they retaliate or until they analyze themselves that
Right.
then it's either I'm gonna be the bad guy or the bad guy is gonna finally be the bad guy. But it's gonna take for me to analyze myself for the bad guy to be the bad guy. If that
Right.
makes
Absolutely.
That's all
Right.
it's gonna take that because it's not gonna be he's gonna be the bad guy and it's like hey he's gonna be reprimanded. It's oh no you're gonna be the bad guy when something bad happens to me.
But if
Or,
Will did not go up on that stage, the
he would have kept
remarks
going.
from media, from all of us, would have been how
Mm-hmm.
soft he was. And I would have
Yep.
never let no man talk to my wife like
Yep.
that. I would have walked up on that stage and said, that's what the remarks would have been.
That's what the
He
marks would have
did it.
been.
But
How
that's what
dare
he
he talk
did.
about Jada like that and he will just sitting there?
He just
You
sitting.
know,
And look
it's a
how
damned
that
if you do, damned if you don't
and
situation.
that's the position that, and it's not to say that black men don't are perfect and we don't do anything, but that's the place that we're stuck in. If I go
Mm-hmm.
this route, then I'm this. If I go this route, I'm that. So what do you that's why some men walk away from stuff. And it
Because
feels
what do
like
you want
it's
me to
so
do?
easy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think you are doing shows where we talk about different dynamics and different perspectives of all people, just human beings. I think will help the situation out. But we have to admit one that we never made room for men to be vulnerable or to
Yeah.
feel
Absolutely.
or
We
to
talked about that
Yeah.
before.
right.
Yeah.
And y'all have sons, and you see.
Yeah.
Your natural ability is to want them to be strong, but nobody is that strong
Strong.
all the
Absolutely.
Nobody.
time. So if you don't give them a
Absolutely.
space to cry and explain why they're crying and ask them and then follow up and make sure they're okay, they grow up to be men who walk on stages in front of millions of people and slap the shit out of somebody. Because they don't know how to designate those feelings. They don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
place them. So it
Would it have
really
been better if he slapped the shit out of him behind stage and everything was over? Because either way, you gonna get shit slapped out of you. Talking about my damn wife.
but they still would have called them they still would have had they
He
would
still would have been
have had
problematic.
the first thing they said was, I bet you if that was a white man, he wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have did it then. Or,
You know what the
all
first
the
thing that
comments.
you know what's disgusting to me? The first thing that black men said he ain't do that to August. Why he ain't slap the man that was sleeping with his wife?
Because we created a whole narrative about that situation that's not their
Mm-hmm.
truth.
That's not even true.
They have
Thank
Right.
you.
come out several times and both have said and agreed to they were separated when she had that whatever entanglement with him. But because we are hoes on the outside of that story, we know what it is for us.
Because you can't come
Right.
and say to your wife, "Hey, babe, while we were separated, I slept outside. You know, I went to
Right.
go do me. You know, and vice versa for her. She can't do that.
Right.
What they're displaying in their relationship is so foreign to us as
It's,
black people that we can't believe that two
we can't
people can
believe.
be in love with each other, can be that honest and open with each other.
But
We,
listen,
we can't understand that.
as a married woman for so many years, marriages aren't perfect. marriages aren't perfect. It's just you have to figure out what works for you within your marriage. And that's what a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
everybody keep wanting to get married based off these fairy tales. They have these big lavish weddings. It's the
People want
show
the
off.
weddings, not the
It's the
work,
show
girl.
off. It's the show off.
People want the
You
weddings, not
have
the work.
your marriage, you have to, is what works for you, not what. Stop looking at everybody else's marriage, because what they showing you up front ain't the same thing that's going on
Ain't
behind
what it's
closed
supposed to be.
doors.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just mind your
yeah.
business sometimes. Because these people are celebrities and we felt like we bought tickets and watched movies and bought merchandise, we have
We
say
feel
in
like
their life.
we as humans feel like we're entitled to their lives because ain't nobody tell you to be in the public eye. Well, I try to keep a low profile for a reason, you
But that
know.
could be
Right.
equated to your job. If I go to your
Mm-hmm.
job, that means anybody that's a customer that comes to your job has say so in your life. And
Right.
that's
But here's my
crazy.
thing: why wasn't Beyonce stupid for staying with Jay Z then? If that's how we want
Right.
to carry it, why
Right.
wasn't Beyonce stupid for staying with Jay Z?
Because
So
everybody
if
If we
else
gonna
was
carry
Jada,
it
stupid
like
for
that,
so
following her.
if Will would have came out with a song talking about it, it would have been better. It would
it
have
would have been
been
better.
y'all would
It
have
would have
called
been
that
more
man all
beneficial to
types
us.
of bitches and
Yeah,
because it wasn't in his
clowning this
character to do
man.
that.
But it
Talking
wasn't,
about,
but
oh,
see,
she really wanted Tupac to slap him, or like y'all being disrespectful now. Like y'all
but
We
the
just
get
being
other
such a
thing,
we get
raw.
such a hard on for people in their business
but the
that
other
it just
thing is that we, they said that they came to an agreement of this entanglement,
but
but
We don't want to hear that.
her,
Kay,
Don't nobody want to hear that. Like Nate said,
Kay,
don't nobody
being
want
in
to
your
hear
life,
that.
this in your marriage, you know what communication is. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what that is. But there's people, most of people that comment on stuff like this are so broken and they're
So
living
broken.
with a man who's not theirs. So they can't believe that somebody can be that open, that loving
Mm-hmm.
and honest. When we see that, that's why people hate the Cosby show now. Because that's not a real depiction of black people. Why can't it be?
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't it be?
We look at
That
look
is
at
some. That is
Barack and
some
Obama.
dynamite for
Barack and
me. That is
Obama
some
are
dynamite.
now the Cosby Show. So we've
Yeah.
said that there are people who live that life. They live that life. So you can't because it's not your story. That don't mean it's not theirs.
is
We
Mm-hmm.
deny their
Mm-hmm.
truth because we're in a broken state where I'm sleep where the who's the daddy is somebody else's husband.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we can't possibly believe that this man has a pure love for this Baltimore girl
Ah,
who had a
it's
life
it's
before him.
shameful that one of our a person we had on this show before
Mm,
commented. He made a status and said, let me read it word for word. He said, and I quote, wait a minute, guys, I'm coming. Don't. Will Smith, wait a minute, no. Will Smith is out here trying to defend the honor of his honorless wife, who is nothing more than a Baltimore thought for these streets. Will Smith displayed a bunch of emotional bullshit after he laughed at the joke. He ain't keep the same energy with Tupac or August Alsina. The entire incident could even be real or it could be fake. Either way, it's embarrassing. Dude is broken and an emasculated man. That is what's something, bro. He called her a Baltimore thought. She ain't nothing more than a Baltimore thought. That's what was said. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the acronym for thought is that hole over there or these holes over there. What
Right.
makes her a whore? Because a man that she slept with, who her husband already knew about, decided to make
Started
a
to tell.
public announcement that he slept with this sacred woman. Because let's be real here. For a while, even J. Cole said, "I want that Jada and Wheeler." For a while, for black men, Jada was a sacred woman. So how could she defile herself and go sleep with another man and she married? That was the agreement that they
They
had
made.
made.
And
but but
again,
Obviously,
but honestly, we want to go back to that Africanism where we have multiple partners and we're in this. That's people's dream, but they can't handle being in one relationship, let alone multiple ones. But at the same time, it just we created this story. And the real broken person that was in this, who was August Alsina, he brought this in.
He brought
Because
this
it was
in.
it was always speculation about their relationship, and a lot of what they've been doing with the red table talk, with Will Smith now being more public on social media, which he never was, is because people have speculated for years, and they want to tell their truth in their own way and not have people keep speculating, creating narratives. But we are the messiest people. Why would you see? And what I didn't understand was, so August, you see that Jada is back with her husband,
And you're hurt.
and she has cut you off. So
And you're
you
hurt.
go create you, and you hurt, and so you go make a
And you're
song
hurt.
about it. You start
And you're
promoting
hurt.
it. You tell the story of what happened. So now you're forcing their hands because they are public figures.
Now they have to publicly talk about it.
But
Because
that's what
we can't let this go because it's true.
And how many side pieces do we have out here?
That's what I was
And
getting
we don't
ready
have
to
to talk about
say. That's what I was getting ready to say.
How many of y'all married men with a side piece out here? If it was to expose you in front of your wife, you'd be out here wearing a 2T by now. How many of y'all? How many?
I was getting ready to say that.
How
He is
many
a
of
hurt
you men?
side.
How many?
All he is a hurt side guy. The same way that some of y'all
That's
side
all
chicks
he
is.
is.
They
He's
get
a hurt
petty and they
side
get up
man.
on this Instagram and start popping up with
Yeah.
these little pictures that they stuck
But
into
let's get
Same
into your
situation.
DMs. Let's get into your text messages. Let's get into you having a whole different.
Let's get into that phone that you don't think.
phone.
Let's get into that phone that your partner don't know you got, that you used to call that person that you're really in love with.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do
Let's
that.
do it. Let's get into the emails.
But our
Your
hands are clean.
Your work life.
Our hands are clean. I was watching some show, one with, I think it's on Fox Soul, with Claudia Jordan, and she has this visceral reaction to black men. She has this, like, whenever it's Kanye or some black man, she has this visceral reaction, and she went in on Will Smith and how much of a dog he was, and how piece of shit he was. Like, just one incident, that's all it takes for you? That means you got some residual things that don't have nothing to do with Will Smith.
That you got some residue you got to get rid of.
Y'all just finished talking about how soft this man was and how much of a faggy he was.
Yeah.
And I know he like getting into the booty. But when he does something to this extreme, and this is probably a part of who Will Smith is, that he's been suppressing. Those smiles are hiding pain. And many people's like, well, I don't watch no Red Table Talks. I ain't gonna never watch no Red Table Talks. I ain't buying his book. I ain't never gonna buy his book. I don't follow them on social media. But so why do you feel the need to put your mouth on something that you haven't even thought to research first? And this is not just this. I'm not even speaking about just the media, platforms like ours. I'm speaking about the everyday person, which we all are. We all are, even them. You're comfortable putting your mouth on something you know nothing about.
We have made it entertaining,
right? And that's
we have made it entertaining.
That's your opinion. Don't watch.
Yeah, we made it entertaining to mock others and laugh at others' pain. We have made money. We have benefited 100% off laughing at someone else's pain.
But it's beyond just making money and being entertained. It's to camouflage what we really going through.
Yeah.
How many people? It's this video out, and it's totally disgusting. It's a pastor. You on one side of the video, you see the pastor preaching about homosexuality. On the other side, you see him getting his dick sucked by a man. So we project that energy out into the world to hide what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw that one.
How many other people are living the life that they are accusing Will and Jada of?
Absolutely.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy.
There was a TikTok I watched the other day about a flight attendant. She's telling a story about the captain or whatever, and she was saying that You know, this one particular day they were leaving and ready to go to their next destination, and they were getting on the shuttle. She said it's unusual for anybody to be late. And by late, they mean a minute. If you're a minute late, that's like, oh, shit, where is this person at? Everybody is usually punctual about the time to get on the shuttle to head to the airport. So this particular moment, after the pilot was about 5 minutes late, they're like, wait a minute, where is he? She said they see him dashing out of the hotel, running with his bag, like, pull off, pull off, pull off. While they're about to pull off, a woman comes out of nowhere and jumps in front of the shuttle van, like, don't leave, rips open her robe, and she was naked, and she's like, if you leave, you're going to run me over. He's like, run her over, run her over. So whole time, he was paying this sex worker. He was supposed to pay her. He skipped out on paying her for her service. And to say that, somebody in the comment was like, I bet you he was a white Christian church-going, faithful family man. And she was like, yeah, he was. And she did it like a part 2. And in the part 2, she said, yeah, he always was the one to condemn us for what we were doing and our lifestyles and everything that we did. And he would never, because he's a faithful church member and he's a this and he's a family man. And you are running out on paying a prostitute essentially for, you were trying to run out on a bill, basically. You know, you had sex with this woman, she jumped in the shower, you try to get the stuff out of there.
Right.
So I said that to say that people, like you said, people are so judgmental towards other people's lives because they are doing the same thing. And the only way you're going to know, only way that I'm going to down you is because you can't see me, you can't see mine, but I can see yours. I can see yours. Right. You know, I can see you. And it's so crazy how our human minds are programmed to be that way. It is the mind is so powerful. Like, we take what we can do up here, we don't even know the limits that we have. But the way that the mind is programmed to say, "Ooh, as long as they don't see me," you know, that's like at church. You know, you want to shame.
Well, she's about to make the saints mad now.
You know, you want to shame the girl who had the baby out of wedlock, but you're not going to talk about Deacon over there who's sleeping on his wife with the usher.
Who, you know, baby, it is.
You know, you're not going to shame the deacon who smoke weed or smoke cigarettes and drink beer every day when he leave church. You know, we're not going to shame him because we can't see what he's doing. You know, like it's amazing to me how we as people can laugh and get entertained off somebody else's pain, and we're going through the same thing. You know, we're doing the same thing. We're experiencing the same thing.
Yes.
But I had another thing I wanted to ask. Before we get off of here, I don't know if y'all know Ari and G Herbo. Y'all ever heard of them?
Yeah.
So, I just want to touch on this real quick. Well, Ari is a Instagram model, and G Herbo is a rapper. They have a son together, a 3-year-old son.
Her.
And yeah, so she posted a video with the 3-year-old son. Like, somebody told the 3-year-old son that she was pregnant. And in the video, she's showing the boy throw a temper tantrum because he didn't want his mother to have a baby. He don't want his mama to get pregnant. But the father has another baby with Emily's, who is Fabulous' wife.
With another woman.
He has another baby by her daughter. He has a baby on the way, and they just had a baby like a couple months ago. And so he has 2 kids, and him and Ari share their 3-year-old Yoshan together, right? So Yoshan is in the video like, no, he's throwing a full-blown old, like, fallout. I don't want my mama to have no baby. Don't have no baby. No. So people were wondering, like, what's up with that? So it came out, Ari comes out and says, well, it's been told to me that Taina is her name, had put her hands on Yoshan. Yoshan told me that Taina hit him with a pillow and made him fall. Now, it has already been reported that Ari is bitter. You know, she's already been the bitter, get my baby father locked up, I don't give a fuck type chick. She's one of those. So she's on Instagram and she's telling people like, yeah, she hit my son. People were defending her like, yeah, because I'm going to believe my child. My child tell me that somebody hit him, that, you know, my baby father girlfriend hit him. I'm going to believe him. Now, as a mother who had a child who was 3, kids lie. You know, not saying that she might have hit him, but apparently it came out that the girl hit him with a pillow, and he kind of like fell over. But Ari made a big scene about it because it was like, oh, he was bleeding and he was this, and the father didn't want to do this. You know,
she
she
called
made this whole
mother. She called the girl
she's
mother.
that mother. She's that ratchet mother. Like, don't bring your motherfucking girlfriend around my baby. Don't have your girlfriend posting my baby. She's that. But Money Bag can be around the baby. You know, Money Bag can post your son. Money Bag can hang out with your son. Money Bag can do this, but you can't do that with your little girl.
Money Bag got money bags.
Now he might have a little bit more money than G Herbo, but it just.
How do y'all remember all these names and scenarios?
But I wanted to get y'all opinion on that. How would you carry the situation if you had a bitter ex and y'all had a child together, and the child said to the other parent that so-and-so boyfriend or girlfriend hit me, but it turned out it wasn't in the capacity that the child is saying, but you're making a whole spectacle out of it.
So for me as a parent, a conversation, I feel like, I don't know if I'm a little bit more mature for my age, but for me as a parent, a conversation should be had. I feel that's the fairest way. A conversation should be had with both parties in front of you. Because like you said, it's a 3-year-old child. So if you got her here and he here, he ain't going to sit up there and tell her same lie, because she's sitting right there. A conversation needs to be had. There needs to be basically both of them need to be adults, because there are kids involved. And as you can clearly see from a 3-year-old action,
you know you are out of control asking grown-ass people to be adults.
You are out of control.
You are out of control.
I just don't have the patience.
Who raised you? Who raised you?
I don't. That's how my mother. That is how she raised me.
Sidebar with what you say. Everybody want to be grown. That's the first thing, and then we say, "I'm grown." It ain't about being grown. It's about being an adult. That's the difference. You know, because anybody can be grown. You got a grown 16-year-old. You know, she could be grown. It's not about being grown. It's about being an adult. I'm an adult. Yeah. Baby. I'm an adult.
But the other thing is, you got to think about it. This little boy is being flipped through these households back and forth. Yeah. He's seeing all this. So to me, he's acting out.
Hearing you talk about this girl, because I'm sure you ghetto and you talk about this little girl.
So now
I can see her.
So now he feel like he gotta be angry too. So now the little boy feel like he gotta do the same thing that his mother doing.
Yeah. Oh, I know my mama don't like her, and she's in her defense. This is her defense, right? She's saying my son is 3 and can talk, and he is very intelligent. Yeah, I know a lot of 3 kids is 3 and intelligent, but she can also say if you got she be like, not yet, better go in the corner and take a shit in her pamper. Come on.
Absolutely.
So what I hear you saying, this is my part of my communication. You want people to be more intentional about who they bring around their children. You want people to be accountable as adults, not as being grown. And you want people to be communicative and have open communication and dialogue with the people who they've chosen or accidentally had children with. That's what you expect for these adults to be.
So let me touch back on it, though. Let me touch back on it. Let's go back to Will and Jada. You know, Will has that child outside, and guess what? The communication between his ex-wife and Jada, and her being able to raise that other son. Let's look back at that.
And they talked about what that journey was, and they
talked about how that journey wasn't always 100%. Yeah.
But they made a concerted effort because of Will to make it about their son, Jada.
And let's talk about Kim and Kanye. We want to take it there. Let's talk about how Kanye don't want his kids around Pete. You know.
Well, but you know what? I think and see, every situation is different because we may know backstory on this one, but we don't. And I fear for Kanye, one, because in a situation where we have Will and Kanye right now, I had a dream about this the other night. I feel like, and this is a dream state, I feel like we're going to wake up and hear something catastrophic about one of them.
Yeah.
Especially after what has happened to Will recently and what continues to happen to
Kanye.
Because for a long time, we we as a community, not individuals, as a community, feel like, well, he talked about leaving his black girlfriend for a white girl, so whatever he gets right now is his fault. But he fell in love with someone
Right.
probably off the rebound of losing his mother and grieving for his mother, and she's taking advantage of that now,
Of that situation,
seeing
Mhm.
right?
how we
Mhm.
as a black community are
Mhm.
talking about him. So it's
Yeah.
easy for her now to push her narrative of
Yeah.
him being outside of himself. I watched DL Hughley. I've watched many black women go after Kanye and
Kanye.
defend even
Yeah.
Trevor Noah. You know, he's never talked about being violent towards women.
Never.
Not one time, but they've made him out to be this wife beater now, or potentially a wife beater, where Kim is in some closet cowering right now,
Yeah.
scared.
Fearing for her life.
No,
We
she
don't
being a
we don't see
Kardashian.
we don't see the innuendo. We don't see the fact that she's allowing this person that she claiming she just started sleeping with to post on her page and post on his page and at Kanye. You know he has some illnesses. So you should say to that man who's fucking you, look, my husband or the father of my children is unstable.
Off
We're
limits.
not going to do that on social media. We're not, but she's
Absolutely.
enjoying this because it pushes her narrative so she can use this new thrift store law degree that she's about to get to file for custody and get everything from Kanye. Like that's the stuff that when I chime in with y'all conversations and I speak about being uncomfortable being a black man right now, all it takes is you making one mistake, and that's your livelihood, that's your
That's
life,
my
that's your
biggest pet
freedom,
peeve.
that's your self
That's my
respect,
biggest
that's your
pet
integrity.
peeve.
Yeah,
That is my biggest pet. Stop using these children. Stop
yep,
using these children for your bitterness. Stop it. That is my biggest pet peeve. I would never. I just would never, because y'all don't know how y'all messing up these kids as they grow up. And then these kids, and they
yeah.
get themselves in these same situations. They do
Mm-hmm.
these same acts you do, like going back to G Bro, whatever his name is, watching everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, now he's acting out. That's an act out for that damn child.
But
So
I'm
that's
I'm
what we
and
need to grow up.
Kanye don't talk much about his childhood, but literally I need both of y'all to read his book. Get it on audio and we can all y'all both can share it.
Who book?
But
Will
or I
Smith.
can let y'all have my book. But
Who? Will Smith.
yes, read the book and you'll everything that y'all talking about in terms of the child, that's what we're seeing playing out right now.
Mhm.
And Will Smith has always been very Hollywood. Like you don't know nothing about his life. All you
Yeah.
could do was speculate. And the fact that he is now feeling comfortable with opening up. Jada's first remark after this, what happened on Sunday, was, "This is a season for healing, and I'm here for it." So she knows what's happening with her husband right now.
Mhm.
Right.
She knows.
But the world may not know, but she knows. And what we're seeing is all that stuff that he's been hiding, denying, and living through, and just putting a big old Will Smith smile on. We're seeing that
Mhm.
manifesting in his actions right now. We're seeing that, and maybe what happened on Sunday with that slap was a part of that manifestation. That's not to say that's who he's growing into, but that stuff got to come out of him in some way, fashion, or form. But it seems like we have to um, figure that out. And I I have so much love for you all for having sons, but you have to watch what you say, watch what you do as mothers
Definitely.
and fathers in front of them because they are taking in everything. If you let a man disrespect you, that's going to translate into how your son then reacts to people growing up. And it's not fair to put it all on the mother because it's the father's job too. And it's the
No,
father
but that's
being the
like
representation.
that's one of the biggest things though. It no, I'm not gonna say, it's not the mother's job, because my husband is conscious. We've had these conversations. He is
Mhm.
very conscious about making sure that these kids are not seeing certain things that could trigger, because my husband is another product of, a
Mhm.
single parent home, of a cheating father, and some of the hurt that he had to watch his father put his mother through. So in turn to him, he feels like I don't want my kids to have the same childhood as me. So he's mature enough that we've had these conversations like we got to be mindful about what we say. Even though my husband is younger than me, my husband is 4 years younger than me, but he's still able to acknowledge and say we need to be mindful. We can't be arguing in front of these kids. We need to watch how we talking to each other.
But not even the argument, because humans have arguments. But explaining to your children what's going, communicate with them. They're not just children. When you having arguments, and I'm not telling you what to do, but you have to have arguments. True. Your children know when y'all not speaking to each other. They know when you're. So
they know. We know.
They see the result of it. They may not see the physical argument, or they may not see the manifestation of why you're there, but that needs to be communicated. The same way you need to tell your children how food magically appears in the refrigerator, or you tell your children that there isn't a Santa Claus, so on and so forth, how they have clothes on their back, how you're able to do.
Yeah.
You need to explain life to them. And being in a disagreement is a part of life. And we try to shield our children from it. But you're speaking to somebody who have seen a woman get physically beat in my home. Not my mother, but I heard stories of how my father used to beat on my mother. And that my relationship with women is, and it's very treacherous at times because I allow women to go overboard and cross my boundaries because I've watched other women get beat. So the nature of who I am, I let women be disrespectful. In a space where I should set hard a boundary, and I didn't mean to punch my fist, but I need to set boundaries with people in general. But my relationship with men, I'm very hard on men. And I'm very easy on women. And I've had to have a better balance of that because some women have abused that. The same way I've never had a healthy relationship with a man because of how I look at men the way bitter black women look at men.
Oh, Nate, that was deep.
And but your children are watching you.
They do.
They're watching you.
They know.
If your child sees the dad coming over that never is there for them, and he see him spending the night in your bedroom, but not taking him out to the movies or to a game or spending time with him, he knows that child, that those parents wanted a relationship with each other more than they wanted one with you.
Absolutely.
They see that children are very intelligent. They see it, and we have to begin to just create that space for not only black men to have a voice, but people to have a voice, because I need to know what you're feeling the same way you need to know what I'm feeling. And it's just we're not in a space where that we're comfortable with that yet, and we need to get there because another generation of black men are being born, another generation of black women are being born with the same
bitterness in their hearts,
right? With the same warped reality that many of us were brought into this world with. You know, the idea of your topic today, who's the father? We all have a story. Absolutely. You know, I didn't meet my dad until I was probably in kindergarten. That's only because his sister came and got me. I have a better relationship with my aunt, his baby sister, than I have with him. That's my father, really. She's my father.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but that's, you know, and then he passed away when I was younger. So we all have a story, even if your father was in the home. You know, the hurtful part for me is people who had their parents and then go out and neglect people. But that means something was wrong in their childhood for them to do that. People don't just wake up and become deadbeats. That's a pattern of behavior.
That's true. You touching right on it.
It's a lot.
But the moral of the story is, mind your business.
Long story short, mind your business.
Mind your damn business. Mind the business.
That's the moral of the story.
If Will ain't blowing your back out and Jada ain't curling your toes.
You have acknowledged that being aware is a start. Yeah, that is a start. Acknowledging where you are. Acknowledging you have those issues.
Right. Yeah. But do something about acknowledgement is not where the buck stops.
It's not, it's not the end of it. Acknowledgement is not the end. It's not the say all, do all. You have to then do the work.
Because many of us are coming out of relationships like Will and Jada, what we perceive their relationship to be. But like I just said, if Will not blowing your back out and paying your bills and Jada not curling your toes and fixing you
Mind
breakfast,
your business.
mind your business.
Why you worried? Why you worried?
We in that generation where your opinion pays you, or they think it does.
Or they think it does, or it pays their bills.
It pays, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we think our opinion pays their bills when I can't. My opinion can't even afford a thought in their mind.
Yeah. It's just a weird space.
My
that
opinion
we're
can't
in.
afford a thought, not from them.
It can. It can. It's just hurtful because I still talk about this stuff on my platforms, but it just hurts how we react to these things. This person makes one mistake and you're ready to throw them out.
That's what I'm saying. For me, that is how I feel about black men. You know, the one black woman do something, and we all are she devils. You know, I listen to these men on these podcasts. I read these comments. I listen to these men when they comment on Kevin Samuel stuff. You would think that these black women out here are she devils.
Right.
I mean, you want the honest truth? A lot of them are. A lot of them are.
And that's the thing. A lot of them are, but some of them are not.
But white women are too. I know up front and personal. White women are too. Up front and personal.
But see, we say that, but white people don't surprise us.
No.
We surprise us.
Right.
So it doesn't hurt as much. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt as much when a person outside of a black culture does something to us because we expect it.
Right.
It hurts when it's our own. When that telephone call comes from within, it hurts. That hurts.
I want to talk about something else, Ruth. I want to talk about something else, but I feel like it's going to get a whole nother thing on. But it was something I saw this TikTok again where this man said black men respond to accountability and some other things he named the same way white women respond to accountability, criticism, and it was something else the same way that white women
accountability.
And it got deep because the black men were targeting this black man. Oh, you're gay and you don't know, and it's like because he's gay, his point is invalid. That's not true, you know. And
but that's what was told to him. We can say that looking from the outside, but someone showed him that.
Yeah.
Someone taught him that. He didn't wake up with that mindset. It was groomed in him, and then eventually he began to spew it the same way. But our behaviors are a result of our upbringing. You can blame whoever you want to blame. Not having a father there, our mother being toxic, whatever you want to blame. But we didn't wake up. Just like racists don't wake up racist. They're born into racism. We are born to that toxic behavior.
True.
So I want to see a conversation. I want to see a conversation. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. It makes me realize I said, for me, a lot of black women are trifling. A lot of black women do need to be held accountable for some of the dumbass shit that they do.
But humans do. Humans need to be. Yeah.
But I don't like how black men nowadays, some of these black men are grouping us all together.
Okay,
all black women are horrible. You know, black women are this and they don't want to be this. But then, and on the same token, though, another person said, if a woman is highly educated, she's least attractive. But you don't want a educated black woman, but you don't want a dumb bitch. But you also want a girl who can bring something to the table.
But what you're saying, I'm sure you could find at least 5 men to say the same thing on the opposite side. We're both saying the same thing. We gotta do better. You know, there's an argument for ancient women, but there's definitely an argument for ancient men. But we need to focus on where we need to go and not where we've been and where we are. And that's the problem. For every ancient man, there's an ancient woman. And that's just the way it is. Like, some of us have had ancient qualities in us. But a lot of us wanted something more, and we went out and that happened to us.
Yeah.
But we have to figure out a way how to make this better. We got to make it better because it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And there's no... It's
And it's
no
getting worse.
accountability for it, and we can't keep throwing each other away until we feel like dealing with a person. How I mean, Will Smith has enough money right now where he probably could retire for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He is
He
50
does.
some years old. He's worked hard. And I refuse to let a black man, and I've been posting him every day this week. I refuse to let a black man be thrown on the bus because of insecurities and fears and triggers that he represented to you. You don't know Will. You're
Right.
not sleeping with Will. You never met Will.
Never
And
met
even if you
Jada
have,
or Will.
Right.
right. And even if you grew up with Jada in Baltimore, like you don't know her though. She
Yeah.
doesn't know you, like in terms of really knowing you. Like, and we have to stop throwing each other. We do that with each other on a
We
local
do that
level.
with each other.
So it's
Yeah.
very easy for us to treat these celebrities like pawns and just, checkmate, you're out of here. Like we do that
You
with
know
each
what?
other.
Another thing, I
Definitely.
want us to stop saying stuff like we gonna act like this in front of these white folks. Let me tell you something. These white folks
Yeah.
already think of you in that way. So I don't give a damn when you act the most sophisticated and you let it go. You still gonna look like something to these white people. You still gonna look like it.
And
They
it was,
already
and
put a
especially
label. They
today,
already labeled your ass.
Yeah.
and then it's just this situation. That was a lot what was going on because it was done on such a white platform. People are. I mean, just the comments from Wanda Sykes alone. First of all, you're married to a white woman. You got 2 white children. So your comments were as detrimental as him going up there slapping him.
Yup.
They were as
But
detrimental.
But you talking about that. You talking about what a black man did.
It made her sick to her stomach. Yes, his actions. But what I loved that I saw was Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington taking him to the side, having a conversation with him.
Yep.
What I loved seeing was him having to reset himself publicly on live TV because they didn't go anywhere. They stayed. But
they didn't go anywhere. They stayed.
But at the same time, how many people walked up to him and asked him, was he okay? How many people walked up to, compared to the people who walked up to Chris Rock and said, were you okay? It was outside. It wasn't outside of Chris's character to make jokes like that, but it was outside of Will Smith. So something should say, something ain't right here. Before I make a public statement, let me go to him. Because I have access to this brother right now. Versus you getting on fucking live TV with your white wife and your with your white children saying how sick on your stomach you were.
But you calling out all these people. But look, Nate, you calling out all these people who are non-existent. Like they kind of, you don't even see him anymore. These are the people that's trying to jump in front of the camera first, just like falling over each other to jump in the camera first to make their opinion be heard. The ones who are
his brother,
no longer in
Chris Rock's brother came out, and instead of him making sure his brother was okay and making sure that this doesn't trigger his brother, he goes on TV as if he's this bigger than, badder than life. Yeah. I need for people to really pinpoint this. Will Smith got up on a live broadcast and slapped the shit out of somebody. Do you think he cares
about your opinion? Yeah.
Do you think fear is really in his heart? Now, I feel like he was outside of himself doing that, but this man slapped the shit out of somebody. Do you think he's gonna do it again?
You think he ain't?
Do you really feel like if you find him at a Walmart somewhere, he won't slap the shit out of you? So this will just be a cycle of violence. It's going to be you don't think he's going to defend himself? And I'm not to say he's a loose
I can see somebody at Walmart right now. I bet you won't slap the shit out of me.
Say that man defended his wife.
But I feel like it was more than that. So when y'all read his book, we're going to have I want y'all to have a show off of his book. So once y'all get a chance to read the book or read through it, it's going to be stuff in there that surprises you.
I'll definitely read it.
But listen to the audio book. The audiobook is much different because you hear him saying it. So you hear the tremble in his voice when he starts talking about his mother or his relationship with his children, or but just just listen to it. And it's not to
Listen, y'all
defend him, but it's a reason and he just so happened to have a book that explains his bad behavior in this moment. Most of the average Joes out there, they ain't wrote no books.
They ain't right, and they ain't writing no book.
Troy ain't writing no book. Philip ain't writing no book. Right. Well, their book becomes their rap sheet. Or their list of charges. That becomes the book that they wrote. He's just in a space where he can physically write a book and tell you and explain to you and articulate his pain. That means he's still in it. That's why I really have had him and Kanye on my heart, specifically this week, but just in general, because I feel like a part of me feels like, what if we wake up one morning and if the news report is Will Smith killed himself?
Yeah. What if we wake up and say that?
The same way, bro, the guy from Black Panther? The same way we attacked him for how he looked and then realized he had cancer. The same thing with Tracy Braxton when people teased her about how she looked or at her son's wedding and then find out she had cancer.
And then it becomes I'm so sorry, I know. It doesn't matter if you know or not. Have compassion.
Or people double down. They double down.
Compassion. Yeah. They always hit you, well, I ain't know. Well, you ain't supposed to know. She said, the same thing Monique said. If you supposed to be my friend, why you just ain't call me? When they doing good, they his brother, but when you are bad, you don't know him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even look at that situation. It's getting some airplay, but it's a messy airplay. So we're not going to talk about Lee Daniels and Monique embracing the other day as much as we going to talk about this Will Smith thing.
Right.
We're not going to talk about that. Accountability. He rewrote his wrong or wrote it, whatever you say it.
And it's in the same way he made the wrong, he rewrote it. And I'm a big component of that. If you play me publicly,
you better not apologize privately. I dare you.
Right.
I dare you.
Right.
So, you think this is? You're not going to shame me publicly and apologize in private.
Privately, right.
I had a coworker do that to me. Threw me under the bus and then tried to come back and give me first aid. Bitch, I don't need your assistance.
Well, it's a saying, and it kind of is aside from this, but people can't support you or love you publicly because of how they talk about you privately. And the reverse of that is, if I treat you this way publicly, I can only come to you private
and tell you
because I gotta maintain my status.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
They just playing both sides. We are definitely over time.
Yeah, I know y'all.
Nate, it was your fault.
Today.
So I'll let you all close out. I just had something on my heart, and I had to get it off.
And you shared it, my love.
Speak.
Come through. I love when you have stuff on your heart that you share.
So y'all, it was good. It was good. We had a good guest, good conversation. Good guest, good conversation. Bottom line, mind your damn business. That man was defending his wife. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, you guys are girlfriend and 4 baby mamas. How dare you tell a man how to defend a woman?
Oh,
absolutely.
How dare
that sound personal.
It's not, but how dare you? How dare you tell that man he can't defend his wife? You got 4 baby mamas.
Anyway.
And a side chick.
Anyway,
so before you close out, Kate, just remember the last Saturday of every month, y'all will be doing an open house. Oh, yeah. And y'all next event will be, we'll promote that too.
Okay, so the last Saturday of every month we decided to do the network event where if you have a business, you have a brand, come on out. You can do, like, again, light refreshments, not a meal, light refreshments.
This for you.
But you can come on out.
Yeah, we have an open house.
You can come on out. Make sure you bring your business cards. like
And product
Sandra,
and
our guest
samples
Sandra,
of your
product.
product.
will hop
And
on it.
product.
And some samples of your products.
Yes.
Yeah, and some samples of your
Yes.
product. Come on out.
Yes.
April the 30th.
Make sure.
We're gonna run that back.
Absolutely. Giving you an opportunity. Come on, promote your stuff. We giving it to you
Same
for free.
place,
So why
please,
still free? You better take
1734
advantage
Maryland
of it.
Avenue, girl. 1734 Maryland Avenue from 11 to 2. We're gonna do it
And
every
it's free.
last Saturday of the month. And it's free. And
And
you get a chance to be on the podcast. We're gonna interview you.
Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah.
Spotlight. You got anything else to say for that close out?
Close out, man.
No. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Yes, 1734 Maryland Avenue from 11 a.m. to 2. Thank you guys for tuning in with us today. Thank you, Grace, for joining us. We will definitely be in the building for that event on April the 24th. BlackRoses and Nate will be on time. I will be a little late, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
I'm just
I'm going to be a little late.
Late.
But I'm going to be there. Because I don't know to what extent the time is going to be that I'm going to get there. But I'll be there.
So it typically starts around 7 and it sometimes ends around 10.
Oh, cool.
Well, I'm good. I'll definitely be back before 7. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. You still got a chance to check it out. I just reposted it on my Facebook, so you still got a chance to go run it back. You can still go to
And
YouTube,
donate.
Artist Exchange, run it back. You saying what?
And donate.
And donate, yes. And donate. If you would like to become a sponsor, please hit us up in our Gmail at PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com, or you can DM us at I.Am.She on our Instagram or Facebook if you want to become a sponsor. As you see, we do have a nice, good following. We do have some viewers. So if you would like to advertise your business, hit us up in our Instagram DM or in our Gmail at PodcastIAmShe.com. See y'all. You stupid.
Bye.
Get off of it. You don't. Hey, how you gonna be on here still?
You are still live.